ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away. Burn away, we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it through the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To play, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake it through the back of the pack, kill it anyway. And we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it through the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To play, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake it through the back of the pack, kill it anyway.
What's up, guys? Welcome, welcome. I just remembered I forgot to take my antibiotics this morning. Guess I'm behind a dose, huh? You'll have that sometimes. Thank you, Miss Mo, for watching both places. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'd rather you watch on Twitch if you can. I know not everybody can. It is what it is. No, in the morning I take antibiotics and steroids, and then in the evening I just take antibiotics. So I just take one this evening. It's still in my system, and then I'll do my antibiotics and steroids in the morning. I forgot running over to see Dad in the hospital this morning. I didn't even think about it. I had been carrying them with me, and I thought, that's stupid. Why am I carrying them around? I take them in the morning and in the evening. That's dumb. And then like the second day I don't carry them, I'm like, oh, that's why I carry them, because I can never remember to take them. Outsmarted myself out of that one, huh? It seems like a good place to end the music, don't it? Boom. We can take it there, pause it, back it up. Let's go. Intro lady from Intel Lady.
Hey everybody, let's come
Cindeep73 just resubscribed for 11 months.
Because of my last broadcast, I disclosed a God dream where we were all instructed by
Mary
God
Miles just
to subscribe
resubscribed
to
for
Cold
6
Beer
months.
Confessional channel on Rumble and BitChute and Twitch and YouTube. Listen, it's not my fault. I have to disclose what I'm told by God. So don't get mad at me. If you want to do something about that, the best thing you can do is go into the comments section on his YouTube channel. Just imagine these guys are you guys going into the Will Bird's comments section and saying things like, your channel is trash, your sunglasses look ridiculous, you're not a real patriot, or, your wife can do better, just anything like that. And for those of you saying that actually that will help his channel because it will bring more engagement and it'll help the
I talked to Uncle
algorithm,
Tessie.
I've already run this past Uncle Tessie. Uncle Tessie knows about algorithms, okay? There is nothing Nikola Tesla is more expert at than YouTube algorithms. And if he says it won't affect it, then it won't affect it. So I strongly suggest that you guys get into the comments section and call this guy an asshole.
Welcome, everybody. I am Will Bard. This is the Cold Beer Confessional. Thank you for joining us. I got something new for you. Check it out. I got a pancake button. Pancakes. See, we're ready. What's up, everybody? I'm Will Bard, Cold Beer Confessional. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for coming, hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Dad is in the hospital. He got an MRI today. They were waiting on somebody to read it when I left, but it would probably be a while. It was after in the evening. It might not even get read till tomorrow. Pushing vancomycin and a bunch of other really strong antibiotics. I don't even think they got the culture back. They did a consult with wound care. His wound care is technically supposed to be an appointment tomorrow, but they're going to do it in-house, of course, and have wound care come up to his room and see him. I don't know if they got to see him today. I probably should have called him before I went live, but I didn't. I came back and speed rebuild my fucking drone. I don't know. I think I've destroyed an air unit, an O3 air unit, but luckily I had another one on hand and speed rebuild it. When I'm really stressed out, I like to go find my drone and just kind of check out. So I was messing with it today and was trying to get some stuff tuned in or whatever, and had a little bit of a crash. It wasn't like a bad crash, but it kind of landed on the ass end, which is where like the video transmitter is. And it just went black. I couldn't get it to transmit, couldn't get it to do nothing. I still got some testing to do on it. I got it here in this box, but I don't know what happened. It won't transmit any video now. But I had another one, so I threw it in there. And then I came here with you guys. So Dad did get a consult from orthopedic. An orthopedic surgeon came in for a consult, and he actually sounded pretty positive. He told Dad, he's like, well, I'm not your foot doc. I'm not your podiatrist. He has a podiatrist. He's just with a different medical group. So where I live, Ballad basically bought everything. Ballad Health bought everything. Dad's foot doctor is with another group called Holston Valley Medical Group. And I don't know. They don't really work together, I guess. So we're trying to see if we can get Dad's podiatrist will do rounds at the hospital or not, but we have no idea. So an orthopedic surgeon came in and talked to him and said, I'm going to be honest with you, like, I'm not your foot doctor. Usually when they call me in, it's for an amputation. And you're nowhere near that right now. We still got a lot of steps to take, still got a lot of ways to go. So I can't really do anything for you until we progress further, or maybe hopefully you don't even need me. So that kind of sounded good. We'll see how that works out. Other than that, not a whole lot of updates today. I got him something to eat. Took care of some small things that he had going on and different things. Went to Crystal. He got an MRI. Got him some food because they wouldn't let him eat pending an MRI. They didn't want him to eat for an MRI, but then it took all day because they got confused whether he got stents. You guys remember a while back, my dad had a procedure to get stents put in his lower legs, right, to get blood flow better for his legs. Well, they ended up going in there, and he actually didn't need any stents. It looked worse on the CT scan than what it really was, so they didn't put any in. But when they were prepping for the MRI, they say, oh, he just went and got stents like 2 months ago. We can't do an MRI because that's metal in his legs, blah, 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 whatever. And the MRI is magnetic resonance. So that was a whole ordeal. We had to convince them that that procedure never went through. So they had him booked for one, then canceled him, then they got him booked for another, and then they finally worked him in. He was gone for about 2 hours doing an MRI, and he got back, so I made sure he got some food. And last I talked to him, he was doing well. A little bit shaken up. You know, it sucks being in the hospital. I got to take him some clean clothes tomorrow. My sister went there this morning. I went there this evening, and take him some clean clothes so he can clean up a little bit and feel all right. He doesn't like wearing the hospital gowns. He likes basketball shorts and t-shirts. But either way, let me change this the camera around, and we'll talk about something else, I guess. Thanks for joining us. I'm Will Bard, Cold Beer Confessional. There's been a lot going on the last couple of weeks. One thing that I never got to, I've been trying to shout out Intel Lady more often. She does a lot for the show. She's a big fan of the show. She's always in the comments. She's always, wishing us happy this and sorry about your dad that, and I hope things get better. And I feel like I don't shout her out enough. And she did a show today, which I wasn't able to attend. But I'm going to show part of that, and then I'm going to drop the link for it if you want to watch the rest of it.
Hello there. Right.
This is her answer to the breakup between Charlie Ward and Simon Parks that I was showing you the other day.
Or should I say, shalom. Now, some of you are very interested in knowing the real reason, the real story. Many are speculating, and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to come on. I'm going to speak to members of my organisation and explain to them.
Yeah, let's. We get through this. We'll talk more about the title. I was just reflecting on what I've learned being on YouTube and being successful, being unsuccessful. Getting 10,000 subscribers 5 times, then struggling to get 1,000. That's what the title's about.
Why?
Not Intel Lady.
I pulled myself off, and when it comes to Fraudy, it was important to talk about why me and this chap have split up, have gone our separate ways.
Got that grill.
And it had to be done. So there are a number of reasons, but I'll begin.
Intel Lady did answer me specifically that she's only going to do the Phil character for me. That's not really her niche or whatever. She does the Phil character, and she does little skits for us and lets me share them on my show. I don't think she's going to put them up on her channel.
At the beginning, I'll give you my truth. I feel like I should be on This Morning like Phil. He's giving his truth, and I'm giving mine. So basically, I became very concerned, along with many white hats, when Fraudy got pulled off the American.
When Eric Trump said no more.
Just resubscribed for 9 months.
Thank you, Suke. Eric Trump called in and said, I don't want those anti-Semitics there. I don't want Charlie Ward and Scott McKay there. Someone said they want to see Intel Lady do a character of me. She's actually done it in some of her live shows before. You can, if you go to her live shows where she's just doing the chat and she does requests. If you request me, she'll do a short impression of me. It sounds nothing like me, but she tries. She tries.
Tour, and it wasn't just anybody that made that decision. It wasn't, it wasn't a stage manager or somebody kind of insignificant. It was Eric Trump. Fraudy got pulled off by Eric Trump. Not many people can say that. But to be pulled off by Eric Trump.
The last time I pulled off, I was told you can't do that in public. Something about indecent exposure and soliciting a Home Depot worker. I don't know what that was about.
That's serious, isn't it? That doesn't happen every day, and I had to take that seriously. And I started to think, if it was anyone else, I might have ignored it, but it was Eric Trump.
Mariah thinks Intel Lady's hot too. You can find them flirting all the time in my comments.
So I thought, do you know what? I'm not sure I can do it. So I spoke to some white hats, good guys, higher ups, and they said, not keen.
Not keen. Nope.
Not a good idea. I think it's time you went your separate ways.
She does a good job.
It was at that point that I pulled myself off. Just the thought of Eric Trump made me do it. And, you know, what else could I do? I take the Trump family very seriously. And, you know, and they're all Jewish. I don't know if you're aware, but President Trump's first wife, that would be Ivana Trump, if you look it up. She was Jewish. And I know some of you will say, well, how was she Jewish? Because when she passed away, it was a number of weeks before her funeral, and her funeral was held in a Catholic church. Hang on a minute. A white hat, a higher up, a good guy told me she was Jewish, so I'm going to listen to them.
Of course.
And, you know, and her three children were Jewish.
It's misdirection that she had a Catholic funeral in a Catholic church by a Catholic priest. That's all misdirection, guys. She's a Jews.
You know, because they're often pictured at the Wailing Wall, and they go to Israel often.
You know what? That's one of the photos that that Trump, or that like Jason Q will never address. Yeah, Trump in his tiny hat. These images, you'll never see Jason Q or Scott McKay say anything about this picture. You'll never see them address it. Why not? Why are we not talking about Trump at the Wailing Wall with his yarmulke? Weird.
And some of you will say, well, yeah, that's because
Thank you,
Ivanka Trump married Jared Kushner, who is actually Jewish. And
if you have to watch on YouTube, I'm not going to tell you don't watch me, but Twitch is just my primary platform, and a lot of the people I'm trying to work harder towards monetization through like companies, and they look at my average viewers over 90 days, and that's how they decide whether it's worth it to them or how much they're going to pay. They'll say, you know, we'll give you $1 per average viewer or $5 per average viewer, and we just broke 100. So I'm trying to keep the numbers up as high as I can. Over 90 days, we were at 100 over on Sully Gnome, so I'm trying to keep that up.
she converted, and so they're trying to do, hang on a minute, a white hat told me that her mum was Jewish. And then all of this talk of Jews made me remember that I'm Jewish. I am a Jew of Jewish extraction. And you know, I know I've never mentioned it before, and I've not talked about it. And there's sort of...
I'm not going to jack all our content. We're going to watch about half of this. If you want to see the rest of it, it's pretty good. I watched it. I scrubbed through it right before I went live while I was working on the drone.
There's no history of me ever suggesting that I was Jewish up until this point, but I am. And you might not have noticed, actually. You might think that I am mostly bald with a few hairs along the back. Not hair. No, it's actually
oh, no.
Colour coordinated.
I had no idea.
Snazzy.
That's not
sweater.
even hair.
So actually,
yarmulke.
I am proof.
There's people in the chat. Oh shit. There's people in the chat that are Jewish, right? Yarmulke is the right name, but it's also called yarmulke, like Yamikule, yarmulke, yarmulke, or is it just spelled yarmulke and you say it yarmulke, or is that two different words?
Jew of Jewish extraction. And so because of all of that, I thought I can't do this. I can't be with him. Can't share a platform with somebody who denies things that happened in history.
Same word. Okay,
it's not
thank you.
Acceptable. It's really wrong, actually, and he's not the only one that does it. That bastion of intelligence, David Baloney, was at it as well, and trying to corner me with all of that sort of talk. I'm not having it. It's not good for my brand. It's not good for my organisation. So I'm not having it. So yes, I'm a bit of a Jew. I'm very much a Jew. And
I just looked it up. It's K-I-P-A-H, Kippa, K-I-P-P-A-H, Kippa.
And I've always worn these. You've just never noticed before. Quite good, actually. Do you know, these also act as a repellent to 5G.
Yeah, so Trump Trump, he claims that he, I guess, is Christian, but we've seen him in a yarmulke before. We've seen him at the Wailing Wall before. Kushner's definitely Jewish. I think Ivanka converted. I think she's just going on with what Simon said. Simon said they're all Jewish.
They do protect that area, especially if you pop.
Oh, thank you very much for the super chat, Magic Nova. I appreciate it. Good son. I don't know about that, but I'm trying my best.
These bad boys underneath it. You could just,
No.
just slip.
that's the faux shield. I don't know if you guys remember this, but one of the big things they used to sell was an empty USB stick. Basically, it was, hold on, USB drive with cap. So it looked kind of like, let's see if I can find one. Okay, yeah, it looked kind of like this. This is what it looked like, okay? This is what they were selling early on. And basically, this portion that plugs into your computer, that was your home station. And it would give you like 300 feet to be protected from 5G and radiation and shit, okay? And then this piece, which is just a cap to protect that, like if you got it in your pocket or whatever, you carry around thumb drives, this cap, they told you that was the mobile version. And you'd put that in your pocket. And that gave you like 60 feet circumference or radius, I guess, around you for protection. It was the dumbest thing I'd ever seen. It was like $170 some for, I think it came with two of them though. It was like $170 some and it came with two USB sticks. And that was it. And they had a flashing light on it. Basically, when you plugged it into 5 volt, all USB works off 5 volt, even like your phone charger's 5 volt. When you plugged into 5 volt, it had a blinking light on it. The cap didn't do anything.
Under the faux shield, you can pop one underneath, and it's got that link to being a Jew.
And
it's
so
also,
what she's talking about is not the USB stick. She's talking about the next thing that they come out with, which is just like a sticker. It was a sticker that 5G. It was a sticker that looked like it had like gold or some type of metal inlaid in it. And they started, you were supposed to put those, it was like this. Here's a bunch of search results for it. It was the 5G anti-radiation EMF shield. And it was a sticker that looked like it had like gold on it. It was like a weird design, maybe something like this. It looked like it had gold on it, and you're supposed to stick it to your phone, and it was supposed to stop 5G from coming out of your phone. You could also stick them on the inside of your hat or on your bald head, I suppose.
it protects you as well from that bad guy 5. And you know, I just feel that this was the time to separate myself from.
I think Simon Parks made a mistake as far as money making. I think that he thinks I'm big enough now. Charlie's getting some bad press. I need to distance myself away from him. But I think they could have just played it off, and he probably would have made more money staying with Charlie. But he doesn't think that. I'm not saying he's like, fuck the money. I can't be like a moral decision. I'm saying he thinks he can make more money without Charlie. He thinks he can go on his own, and I think he'll lose a lot of viewers. They share a lot of viewers together between Charlie and Simon.
From Fraudy. I haven't quite worked out how we're going to do the.
Let me know if you see an ad when if anybody, when they come on YouTube. Let me know if you see an ad when you open the video.
Med QFS Visara Jisara business. I haven't worked that out yet because one of us is running one thing and one's running the other. I don't know how that's going to work, but I've got to focus on my organisation, and
she's trying so hard not to say, or he's trying so hard not to say cult.
How it is. But you know, speaking of me being Jewish,
I know Twitch ads work.
Highly appropriate to start merching new products. So I'd like to introduce you to
Here's what we're gonna
CC.
So we're gonna stop right here. We're gonna stop right here. But Simon Parks launching some new merch.
Menorah. You see this CC menorah. Beaky Peg put scented candles in it.
Very, very funny. I'm going to drop this link and then I'll go back and try to pin it. But go give her the view and watch the rest of this. Is a very funny video that she did where she she dropped that the new merch, a new menorah, connecting consciousness menorah. Very, very funny gimmick that she had there. Simon is a walking trope. From his aliens, from his everything he's got going on. The guy's fucking comedy gold. All right, so more about the title. I was reflecting on some things today. And I honestly don't know that I can do it, but I don't know. I was thinking back, like, what have I learned? I've been on YouTube for a while. Let's just say I've been live streaming for a while. In this current capacity with my current fans, not on anybody else's show, just doing my own thing. And I did some other things where I like helped produce a show, and I was stuff you guys don't even know about. But let's say in the last 3 years, I've taken like 4 or 5 channels, like 10,000 subs. I struggled to even get 1,000 subs on YouTube now. Because they kept deleting my channel and shadow banning me, hiding me and shit. I made affiliate and like set a fucking record. We were the fastest growing political channel at one time on Twitch. The fastest growing political channel during the 2020 election cycle. It's just I've been around a little bit, I guess. I've helped a lot of people set up theirs. I've helped a lot of people work on theirs. I've done custom animations for people. I've worked on a bunch of streams that you'll never even know about. Some bigger streamers asked me to make some stuff for them with Leorin board, and honestly signed NDAs. I know NDA is like a fucking catchphrase now for working with Trump, but these guys were just streamers, right? But I guess one thing I've learned, like going back and looking at the people that I've like, it's amazing. Have you got a menorah as your profile picture? Bonding tears. I just noticed that. Anyways, man, the people out here are fucking snakes, dude. They will lie to you. I mean, I'm not just even talking about the grifters. Obviously, we know the grifters are lying about this, lying about that. Claiming to be someone special when they're not. Claiming to have intel. Hell, even claiming to be jet setting around the world with Donald Trump. But it's even, I know there's genuine people that care about me in my chat. I'm not talking about like people that watch my show. I'm talking about other people that want to be creators. I've trusted a lot of people along the way. And those people, there's a lot of people that want to use you that think that they know their content isn't at the same par. So they want to use you, ride you to the top. I've literally had people tell me that, like, I'm going to fucking ride your content to the top and then we'll both be at the top. There's other people that just want to get close to you to like see if they can expose you or as long as you can benefit them in some way, they're all over it. Like, send me this link, send me that. You got this, you got that. And then as soon as that's over, they think they're better than you. It kind of ties into the Simon Parks, Charlie Ward thing. They're all about coming out against you, and I knew from the get-go this was horrible, and completely to the point to making up stuff. There's a claim about me right now that people are sharing that's 1,000% made up. It's 1,000% made up, and people are just agreeing with it. People that know it's not true are 100% agreeing with it and be like, "Oh yeah, I knew that from the get-go." It has to do with like donating money to one of my moderators. I've never donated money to any of my moderators. I bought them all gifts before. I bought them all a gift card. Well, I don't know if Jessa was around then. And at Suko, I don't know. They were the last 2 moderators I added. I think Miss Priss was there, but I bought them all gift cards one time, and the show was doing really well. Sent them a present, like an Amazon gift card or whatever. But I've never donated. I've never had a fundraiser for any of them. I've never done any of that. Not that I wouldn't, but I've never even had them ask me. And now there's people out here putting out claims that like I'm fucking doing like a fund, or I'm lying about a fundraiser I'm doing to pay these people, and I'm not. I would love to be able to pay my moderators. Some of the bigger channels do. They pay a couple editors and usually maybe their top 5 moderators, the people that are always there, blah, blah, blah. And they might have 30 moderators. But there's just these weird claims that are going around, and people endorsing them 100% know they're not true. It's just like, I don't know. I can't lie to my audience, okay? I couldn't do anything. I couldn't tell you I was working for Trump. I couldn't come out here and just fucking lie to your face. I couldn't say I was doing one thing and then do something else. I couldn't, not only do some people buy their mods, some people buy other people's mods. It's crazy, Bug Dude. I just couldn't lie to you. Hell, I couldn't even, I got on a kick today where I was watching, Oliver likes these paranormal channels. One of them that I covered way back in the day when I used to just cover like social topics, and I couldn't even make that shit up, right? I couldn't even go in there and act like I was scared, or act like something was going on, or act like I had fucking evidence of a ghost or whatever. I can't do it. And maybe that means that I'm never going to be as good as, or as big, as large. I want to be a good live streamer. Okay. And I know a lot of people will be like, you are good and you deliver this. Numbers is what matters to everybody, right? How many people do you have following you? How many people are subscribed? How many people on average are there? Blah, blah, blah. I want to build a huge platform, a successful platform. I want a platform that supports itself. I want it big enough to where it supports itself well, but I don't want it too big to where I don't know anybody really. Like I watch some people live stream and their chat's going by so fast, there's no way they know the people in the chat. I feel like I know you guys, but if we like doubled in size, my goal was to get to, I think we set a goal for the end of the year was we were going to have 500 subscribers on YouTube, or on Twitch, which basically means we need to double them. We get up to 300, 310 sometimes, but 500 subscribers on Twitch would be an amazing goal. But I don't know if that means that I'm supposed to do this. Am I supposed to fucking lie and lie to you guys, or even to the point where, like, if let's say I've got information on Phil, I'm going to be honest with you and be like, it's not that good. This is just a small thing, blah, blah, blah. But other people be like, oh my God, it just come out, the number one thing, blah, 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 whatever. The problem is every time you get up to 10,000, yeah, I've had 4 or 5 channels. I think 4, and one channel got up to 7,500. That got up and then gets banned. But apparently, first of all, I was getting banned for stuff other people said, and they just wouldn't listen to me when I disputed it. They don't even review them half the time. But now they've done away with that rule, so maybe they won't. Maybe they won't happen again. That's why I tried to go to Twitch, Stone Cold Raider, just because Twitch wasn't banning me as often as YouTube was trying to. But I don't even want to allude to like the content. Like, I don't like clickbait. So I'm not going to tell you like this is the greatest thing that's ever happened. This is huge. This is going to take down. I'm not going to come out here and tell you that this piece of paper or this revelation or this thing we found out is going to take down this guy, or he's finally going to be sorry. It's just not. I try to be honest with you. Like, these guys have become millionaires. They use that money to defend themselves well. There probably won't be this gigantic takedown of someone. I'm hoping Pebbles and her lawsuit do some financial damage to Phil. That's why I share her GoFundMe, which if the mods want to drop that link, you guys are more than welcome. But I'm hoping that does some financial damage to Phil. But Phil skyrocketed up so quick with so many viewers, so much money, so much power, so many people that believe him. There's very few things that could take him down. Like, even if Donald Trump come out and said, who the fuck is Phil Godlewski? Like, they'd be like, oh, it's optics. And he'd still have, he'd still probably retain 70% of his audience. So I just don't want to embellish. I don't want to lie to you guys. I like being honest. I like feeling like you guys know me as well as I know you. That's why I introduce my family and my life stories and stuff. And we have done some fundraisers in the past, but I think I was 100% honest about all those as well. Yeah, I don't think I can do it. I don't know. I've been kind of wrestling with that. Like, I could make clickbaitier content. I could lie and I could embellish and I could come on and I could even have more extreme views, right? I could have the craziest views and come out here and play the heel character and fucking go super pro or anti-trans or pro or anti-abortion or pro or anti-gun. And probably get the clicks for either people loving my content or hating my content. They still watch it. The problem is I can't be that person, I guess. I can't do that. I don't know. It seems kind of sketchy to me. But there's a lot of people doing it successfully. You guys will see them. People that I've engaged with, people that I've been close with, people that I've talked to, I've even sent views before, and I'm sure they've sent me views before, are now running around doing their crazy fucking just lying to their audience. They're just fucking lying to their audience. I don't know. Like, I feel like, obviously, I don't think, like, movies are real. Like, if you put out a movie, I'm not going to be like, oh, my God, this isn't an accurate movie. Who is James Bond? That's not a real agent. But they're not presenting it as a movie. They're not presenting it as a work of fiction. They're not presenting it as for entertainment only. They're presenting it as the truth, and it's just not. Everything from, like I said, everything from, like, embellishing and clickbait and fucking even paranormal shit. Like, it is what it is. I just can't be that person. But I know that content sells, and I don't blame anybody for watching it. Go get it, I guess. But I've thought about playing a more character-esque version of myself, almost like the heel. So going and, like, trolling people, obviously, and being in the wrong and just being so abrupt about it or so over the top about it. People love to hate me to get the hate clicks. But I don't know. I mean, even that, you guys would be in on it. You know what I mean? Like, you guys know my true beliefs and my true feelings towards most political topics. We've covered it. So even that, you guys would be in on it. I keep hearing about, like, karma will come around and get these motherfuckers, but goddamn, it fucks my face off. Like, between me and my dad and my mom and my family and health issues and stuff going on, the fucking air conditioner broke down and this, that, and the other. Like, karma fucking beats my ass. And I don't do shit to nobody. So if it's coming for them, it better get after them. It better get after them. So I'm going to remain honest. I'll do my best. But that's probably not the best way to grow. So I'm going to try other things to grow, I guess, while being honest, maybe. I can't wait till you have so many subs. You won't have the time to call me out. We're going to do a subathon. What I'm thinking about doing is doing 6 hours, 7-day maximum, and every new sub adds like 5 minutes or something, and we'll guarantee 6 hours, and then the 5 minutes will keep adding on to, like, so if we get 1 sub, then it'll be a 6 hour and 5 minute stream. If we get 10 subs, it'll be a 6 hour and 50 minute stream, and do a subathon that way and have a 7-day limit. And what'll happen is I'll just leave the stream running. And when I leave the stream running, if we go over, like if I'm leaving the office, I'll just switch to the mobile phone and we'll go with us and it'll still be running. And then when I can reconnect, if I lose service, when I reconnect, I'll reconnect. So you guys go with me. Fuck, we'll even set up something in the office to where I don't have to go back to the house. And when Mariah's having naughty time, I'll see if I can get some of those black bars and I'll just tape them across her nipples, like a big black bar. And she can have naughty time, and then you guys won't have to. I won't get banned. Okay, I don't know if they sell those in the store or something. I've seen blurred money you can buy like in a brick, but I don't know about those big black bars. Maybe get some foam board, a couple dinner plates, and paint them black, and just stick one to each areola. I don't know, something like that. We'll figure it out. I used to have the kids sing a song about how giant Mariah's nipples were. I'm a good dad, okay? Maybe I didn't help potty train them as much as apparently some people do, but I did have them sing a song, okay, about mommy loves anal. And you'll have them. They got them at Five Below. I had to check that out. I have really seen that. Have you guys seen the brick of money that's like blurred? Oh, hey Tony, I saw you in the chat. Have you guys seen the brick of money? It's like blurred or whatever. That shit's crazy. I think my neighbors are used to me yelling William and then laughing hysterically. Get used to it. I just saw this. This just caught my eye. We'll check this out. This says, reckless mother drops baby getting DUI with all 5 of her children. So this just caught my eye, and I thought, man, we watched some police videos. We might as well check this one out. Reckless mother drops baby getting a DUI with all 5 of her children. This has got to be a good one. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, right off the bat, dude. Talk about some clickbait.
You need to put him down. Your right foot in front of that one.
I can't. I'm sorry.
You can't? You don't want to do these?
No, I do. Can you hear all my kids?
I
I do.
You don't care?
No, I do care.
Well, that's not a point to make if they think you got a DUI. Okay, that they clearly care more than you care. Just saying.
In the late night hours of April 10th, 2023, residents of a home in Newberry, Florida, were startled to.
I've thought about that, binding tears. I've thought about just being like, yeah, I did this, but y'all are going to find out about it soon enough. Actually, back in the day when people were trying to expose me, when people thought you still could, it's useless now. I've given out all my information. But when people thought you could still expose me, one of the guys we used to cover, Jeff B., ended up with some paperwork of a guy named William Byrd, which obviously is my name. The problem was it was like a 48-year-old black guy who was like a career criminal, released a bunch of documents saying that I snitched on somebody and ended up getting a drug dealer killed and some other shit.
To see a 29-year-old Samantha Fletcher who had parked her SUV on their lawn and was wandering around their property. They could also hear children.
So she ended up parked on someone else's lawn and was walking around her car.
And crying from within her vehicle. Shortly after calling 911, deputies located her vehicle down the street from the original call-in. They were forced to perform a box-in technique to stop her from fleeing.
Oh, God.
Several more officers came on the scene because they knew this was not going to be a routine traffic stop.
Yeah, we actually talk about that sometimes, Tony, where you're like, you know what? He sacrificed this day. He's in a wheelchair. And some of the people in chat over on Twitch are probably the people who come up with that. Guess and Mullet and those guys. They're the people who started it. Baby crying right off the bat.
Where is it at? Do you know where the key is?
Trying to take the key.
Sweetheart, hang on just a minute, okay? Do you know where the key?
I get vape tongue because I vape. So when you vape, if you vape the same taste all the time, it's like trying a different soda. You know how like if you get used to like the same soda all the time, if you switch sodas, it tastes extremely different. Then when you go back to your regular soda, you know, it tastes unique again. Well, same thing with a vape. You get so used to a vape. So I buy these little disposable ones every once in a while just to change the flavor up. This one's actually good. It's called Yovo. Y-O-V-O is the brand. Pretty neat design. It's lasted quite a while. It's called Crazy Berry. It's not bad.
Key is? No. Okay, can you step out for just a minute and let me find the key and let me make sure your kids are okay? Do you know where you're at? Yes. Where are you at?
Here. Right here. Where you at? Where they at, though?
Do you know where you're at?
Yes.
Where?
On the road back home.
Okay, where is home? Do you know where home is?
Yes.
Where? Do you know what your address is? Which is what?
I don't think so.
You don't have to answer? Okay, do you have any ID? Tell me where it is. I don't want you to go in the carport.
I don't have anything.
All right, well, hold tight. Stay right there.
Yeah. Oh.
I thought we actually talked about that, binding tears. So when Phil said that the DEA was moving in and he had it on good authority that the DEA was getting ready to make a major move on me, I thought about doing a series of like short live videos where I acted like I was oblivious to the fact that he even said that. And then I'd be driving around and I was just going to get like a buddy or somebody to get a black or a gray SUV. And like I was just going to do a series of videos where at first I would just be like driving down the road and you'd see like SUVs following me in the background or like cop call. Like 3 or 4 into it, I was going to start noticing them, be like, is that the same car as on the last video? Is that car following us? And then it would be like in the background of every video for a couple of weeks, but we never got around to it. But it was going to be a whole thing.
Hey, just hold on. Just hold on. You're fine.
Right there.
You're fine. What's your name? What's your name?
What's your name? I don't want to answer you. She's taking a piss, dude. Give her some
You said you were going to tell me your name. What's your name? You want to tell me your name? Why not?
Yeah.
Is everything okay?
Damn, this is rough.
guys okay? Okay. You live with your mom? Since the car's registered to you and your mom, sounds like. Or are you living in your car? Can you answer me?
Donna Summer.
Are you living with your mom since the car is registered to you and somebody else, or who do you live with? You don't know, or you're not going to tell me? Do you live in this town? Do you know where you're at?
Oh, no, I'm not.
Where's that? Do you know what town you're in?
Gainesville.
Okay. Is that where you're at right now?
No.
Where are you at right now?
I don't understand. I guess I did it when I was young because I shouldn't give a fuck, right? I drove drunk when I was young. I don't know what statute of limitations are, but I don't think they can prove it. But yeah, I mean, I was young. I didn't care. I was just like, fuck it. I'm doing whatever. But like, once you get to a certain age, like, it's not worth the risk. Like, you got shit to lose, especially with kids in the car. You know what I'm saying? Like, and sometimes I kind of feel for people who are just barely over the limit. They pass all the field sobriety tests. They just blow barely over the legal limit because the legal limit is pretty low, 0.08. I'm not saying they should change it. It's probably a good thing, but I'm just saying sometimes I feel for those people because they had 2 glasses of wine and then hopped in and thought they were fine. But like the people who don't know where the fuck they're at, or they just fucking park in somebody's yard and get out and walk around their car with 5 kids. What are you doing?
Do you know where you're at right now?
There was a, what is that woman? What's the Olympian? Her name's Hope something. She just got arrested for DUI with her kid. Hope Solo. You guys know who Hope Solo is? She was maybe World Cup, Olympics, something like that. She was the damn women's goalie for soccer. She just got a DUI with her kids.
I need to know if you have somebody that can help you come figure out what's going on with your kids and with you. Are you having a medical issue right now?
No.
Okay, well then how come you can't tell me where you're at?
The Hag Center. Oh,
Are you embarrassed by what's going on?
They said nothing.
The old sea hag.
I mean, we're just trying to help you, and so I need you to answer.
Yeah, so apparently I watched a guy do a deep dive on why, like, we always hear about Florida Man. Apparently, the Florida Man's usually no worse than anywhere else. It's just that the laws regarding names released and stories released and police issues released are a lot more lenient in Florida, so they come out quicker with more details and more stuff in Florida than they do in a lot of other states.
I need to figure out what's going on and why you...
But don't tell Jess that because, man, her state's fucked up. And she keeps trying to say, oh, Tennessee's just like Florida. No, it's not. Okay? It's not like Florida.
You have kids in the car, and is there something medically going on with you? Is there something else?
I didn't want to drive home. I feel dumb.
Okay, well, don't feel dumb. We need to figure out what's going on.
His dad was like, it's no big deal, take him home.
Okay.
I'm not legal gardening them.
Perma sweaty balls.
His dad kind of sucks.
Okay. And where's his dad at? Okay. Do you remember where in Gainesville?
Yeah.
Is he the one that's in the back seat here? Okay. And where are you trying to take him?
That's not...
Okay.
How many kids are in there? How many kids are in there?
5 fucking kids. She's counting them. How many kids are in the car? Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco.
Did I
He's an
do
echo. I
like
can
wrong?
see if he wants to
I
go over
can't
there.
name them.
That would be perfect.
She's still nursing?
know these cops got to be like, damn, they can't feel good about this either way. You know what I mean? She was just traveling.
Yeah.
He does look like a free citizen. Lift shirt up to breastfeed the infant.
Possible damage to the other house. Apparently she was doing all kinds of stuff over there. I told them to call in the morning. I was like, we're going to be predisposed for a little bit. And just so you know, there is an open container. One of the beer bottles is empty because she opened the side door and I was like, let's see. Not knowing where she is, unresponsive, extremely unsteady on her feet. She was walking around crying in that other person's yard trying to open their back door.
I'm not gonna lie. When Mariah used to breastfeed and she'd get fucking blitzed, I'd have to siphon off the top. I'd have to get that shit off there so the kids could get back at it. I mean, it's not a job I wanted to do, but what am I supposed to do? Okay, somebody's got to be the man in this situation. So I'd siphon off the cream, let the rest of it run.
The kids are everywhere. I think she's nursing one of the babies right now. There's 5. What are you gonna do? Can you set the baby down for me?
Wait. I just told a story about sucking off Mariah's alcoholic milk, and then someone responded with, I walked into the wrong house once. How did you walk into the wrong house? What do you mean? I always wanted to prank Liam. Liam is so like awkward and afraid to say when like something's like he won't speak up when something's weird. I always thought Liam would be the perfect kid to do the prank on, where he like walks into the house and like he's different family in our house, like hire the neighbors he doesn't know or something to just be sitting in our house watching TV or something. And Liam would be like, oh, hey guys, and just go to his room. Like he wouldn't say shit.
What are you doing?
Hope you're having a good day. I'm just going to go hang out in my area and just have a completely different family there. Oh no, here it comes.
Can I nurse?
Okay, yeah, that's fine. You can't sit in the car though. Hop out from.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You need to put him down. You need to put him down. Let's give him the baby. We got it. Hey, baby. Okay, you're gonna come over here.
Oh man, that is sketch, dude.
Okay. What? You almost dropped your baby on his head.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, I had to catch it.
Just grab her. I didn't do anything wrong.
Ma'am, keep your hands on the hood.
Aren't you the most precious thing ever?
I'm holding my baby.
Ma'am, you almost dropped the baby.
Yes, I'm trying to grab her and hold her. Everyone's yelling. I'm scared. I'm sorry.
Bumble on the play. I'll start. Yeah, a lot of people don't know this, but alcohol is actually lighter than lactic buildup in the breasticles. So what you actually get is you get like one shot, then one out of each tit. So really 2 shots, then 2 about half and half, then you're back to the good stuff, okay?
My name is Deputy Winky.
Rinse and repeat, if you know what I mean.
County Sheriff's Office. Some people were worried about you, and
Right, don't make me upset.
these deputies found you, and they're a little bit worried about you driving. There's some exercises that we can put you through. They're voluntary. They're to make sure that you're safe to drive. Would you be willing to do?
Mariah had a C-section and she was on pain pills and wore out. So it was first night home with the baby and she couldn't sleep. He was crying, he's freaking out. So I was setting up with him and I had him and I was laying in the bed and I was holding on to him. And then next thing you know, I was just exhausted. I fell asleep. and he kind of like pinball machined down between the nightstand and the bed. He's like ting 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 all the way down. And then I freaked out and started crying because I thought I'd fucked him up, and we had to call the doctor and stuff because I thought I'd messed up bad.
Do that for us?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna just hang out right here. We're gonna.
Now, since then, he's always had this weird tick where he blinks real hard and like snatches his head to the left. Doctor said it's completely unrelated.
Dazzle 500 just resubscribed for 11 months.
Thank you very much,
Everyone,
Dazzle.
Waving hand.
Waving hand. There you
Get a
go.
safe space set up with the cars so we can light the road up for you, and then we'll get those going, okay?
It's like when
Right
it
here
hits a
with this
pinball machine bumper, like ting, 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 all the way to the ground.
Can I move?
Mariah made the poor kid bite down on the toilet once to curb stomp the back of his head. Not only that, but Mariah knocked one of his teeth out in the bathroom, and the 2 days before that, her mom knocked one of his teeth out in the bathroom. The kid was scared of any white room or any porcelain, anything made out of porcelain for years. He had a phobia.
You don't have to, you can put your hand right here if you want. It's not hot right there.
I couldn't even get him near an old-timey crock pot. He'd start tasting blood in the back of his mouth, checking his teeth.
Do you hear all my kids?
I do.
You don't care?
No, I do care very much.
We're just trying to make sure you're okay, and then
No, I
we'll get you out of here, okay? Where are you from?
Me?
Yeah, where are you from? Alabama.
Direct Connors just resubscribed for 4 months.
Direct Connors resubscribed for 4 months. Thank you very much for the subscription. I appreciate it.
Where are you?
Exactly.
Where-
How do you
where
have
is
time
that?
to
I
drink
don't
with
know. I've
5
never-
kids?
I could go Callahan, go north.
What county is it in?
Really?
Yeah, I'm. Okay. Okay.
Are you?
No, where do you think you are right now, honey?
No, but I'm saying, are you?
No.
You don't come from here?
No.
Oh.
I'm from Alachua County.
Yeah, but you don't come from...
Do a show that he died. That I just got.
Born
I got to show where
raised
that he died
Oh, really?
in a boat crash. Make him go live.
My husband's
You can come up here with me.
ex-wife is from Alachua.
All right. Come stand right here for me. And I would like you to turn.
Me and Mariah were going to a sporting event right after she was just about done breastfeeding Oliver, and we're going to a sporting event that didn't allow any alcohol. And we tried for hours and hours and hours how to reverse engineer and get her titties to inflate with alcohol. Like, could we drain them of all the milk and then just maybe leave them in like a keg or something until they swelled back up? Could we pull a vacuum on them? I have a little vacuum hand pump that I use to bleed Brace. Could I bleed her titties and then put them below the alcohol level and then let off the vacuum? Would that draw it back up? We tried and tried, but you know, we're no rocket surgeons, so it didn't work.
Face this way. Face me. And just put your toes into your heels together so your feet are perfectly touching. Your toes too. And put your arms down by your side.
Okay, here we go.
Just like
Sobriety
that, and
test.
Debbie's going to explain some stuff to you, okay?
All right, ma'am, I've got a few exercises we're going to run through. Had a little bit of suspicion that you may...
I even tried rolling them out like you know how you try to get like the last little bit of toothpaste out of like a toothpaste tube. I tried rolling them out. We had a dough roller and some saran wrap. I fucking put them in. I got some flour on them so they wouldn't stick together. Rolled them out, and we couldn't do nothing with them.
Be intoxicated?
Is that
If you turn it.
I did learn how to throw a perfect pizza crust
Sorry,
after
we're
that,
also
though.
training, so...
It was good training, if nothing
I
else.
want you to follow this with your eyes, okay?
Back up just a little bit. Right there.
Keep your head still, only follow with your eyes.
I thought that light was coming from it. Look at his ET finger.
Watch
That'd wig me out to begin with.
Lean back.
Put your arms back down by the side for me. I'm down by your side, honey.
I need you to follow this, please.
Sorry, my kids are in the car.
There's 2 deputies back there, okay?
Yeah, well.
Here, I'll show you just really quick. All right, we're gonna do this again. I'm gonna do a couple more, okay? Keep watching it. Don't turn your head, but you gotta use your eyes to follow it, okay? Keep looking at it. Don't use your head. Look forward. Straight forward for me. Keep following it. Don't use
He gives up after so long. Then uses her head or whatever.
Keep your hands down by your side.
Keeps calling her honey. Skin cags, that's right.
I can see it coming towards me.
Oh, meat pictures.
No, you're fine.
All right, ma'am, the next one is going to be the walk and turn, okay? What I want you to do is I want you to place your left foot on the white tape. I want you to place your left foot on the line. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you look at me?
There's two deputies back there.
Can you look?
Ma'am, we've got 2 deputies back there that are taking
this. To my stomach. Can you look at them, please?
I can see them from where I'm standing, honey.
2 deputies back there are taking as good a care of them as they can be taken care of. Okay. When I tell you to begin, I want you to take...
I just want to show you really quick.
Yep.
All right, go ahead and, like I had you before, just put your toes and your heels together like this.
Ma'am, they are fine.
I know.
I've got 2 deputies.
You can't. You don't want to do this?
No, I do. I just...
Booby cozies.
It's entirely these exercises are voluntary.
I know. I want...
They are fine.
I'm not going to keep going back and forth with you. Do you want to do these exercises or no?
I just want to know.
I watched a guy the other day on a stupid ass show he does. He made a fat suit that held chili so he could serve it at a baseball game.
The child is fine, okay?
Child, I have...
Do you want to do these exercises?
I do. I'm sorry.
Okay. Come back over here. I don't want you in the roadway. Put your toes and your heels together. So, yep, and keep your arms down by your sides. Stand just like this until I tell you to do anything else, okay? When I tell you to, I want you to place your left foot. Just imagine there's a straight line underneath you going all the way over to my car. Just one straight line, okay? When I tell you to, and not until I tell you to, place your left foot on that imaginary line, okay? Then you're going to take your right foot on the line ahead of your left foot, making sure that your heel of your right foot is touching the toe of your left foot. Okay? Do you understand? And you're going to keep your arms down by your sides. Go ahead and get into that position. It's okay. Do you understand what I told you to do? Can you go ahead and put your left foot out on that imaginary line? And then put your right foot in front of that one.
I can't. I'm sorry.
You can't? You don't want to do these?
No, I do.
I'm being really kind to you, right?
I know.
Do you want to do them, yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so are we going to do them?
Yes, I'm sorry. I don't mean...
Put your
I got you.
foot on the
I'm
line.
checking them out, finding tears.
I keep thinking about them. I'm not trying to be difficult.
I'm not saying you're being difficult. It's you either want to do them or you don't want to do them.
I'm sorry. I don't mean...
And then put your right foot in front of that one.
I'm sorry.
Say I'm drunk. Jesus Christ, end it.
Keep your arms down by your sides. Put your right foot in front of your left foot.
They're giving her literally, they don't have to give her, you only give the instructions once, and then if they ask again, you say exactly the way you were instructed. You don't, they're giving her more than ample opportunity here.
And keep your arms down by your sides and stand just like that. Can you stand like that?
No, listen, I'm sorry.
Look at how I'm standing.
No, I'm messed up. I'm sorry.
Okay. Do you want to keep trying, or do you? This is our last.
I can't.
You can't?
No, I'm messed up. I'm sorry.
Okay. Do you want to keep trying, or do you want to move on?
No, it's okay.
I don't know what that means.
I messed up.
Do you want to keep trying this or move on?
I don't know what that means.
I want to move on.
I'm sorry.
This is our last one, called the one leg stand. Like I had you before, stand with your feet together and your arms down by your sides. You're going to stand just like that until I tell you to do anything else. I'm going to show you how to do some stuff, and then I'll tell you to do, okay? When I tell you to start, you're going to raise one foot, either foot, approximately 6 inches off the ground with your toe pointed out. You must keep both legs straight and your arms at your sides. While holding this position, you're going to count out loud in the following manner: 1001.
You know, there's some states that don't have open container laws. Like, as long as you're below a .08, you can drive around with a beer in a cup holder, drinking it. But as long as you if you get pulled over, you blow below a .08.
1002, 1003, and so on until told to stop. So it'll look like this: 1001, 1002.
I had a cop cut me a deal one time, drunk, followed me home. Actually ended up parking my vehicle for me. I got by with it one time that I couldn't fucking believe. But I got by with one.
1003, and so on until told to stop, okay? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Keep your arms at your sides at all times. Watch your raised foot. Do you understand the instructions?
Yes, sir.
You may begin.
1001, 1002.
Remember to keep your arms at your sides. Keep going. You can't do that one either.
1001, 1002, 1003.
Are you going to do the exercise? Because if you say you can't and then you start again, you're confusing me a little bit. Are you going to do it or no?
I'm trying.
Well, you said you can't, so I'm just trying to make sure that you're going to do it.
I'm trying.
Okay.
1001, 1002.
Keep your arms at your sides.
1004, 1005, 1006.
The skit from Reno 911 where she's like, "Damn, you can dance good." He's like, "Only when I'm drunk." That's the good. And she's like, "Gotcha." That's the good one.
Okay. Come back here really quick.
Yeah, I think it was Mississippi we were in that I got pulled over when I was working out on the road, and they started fucking trying to hide beers. And the cop told him, like, "You can have a beer. It's not that big a deal as long as you're legal to drive."
Just come back here really quick. Face the car right here. Look at that green where the SunPass sign is. We're gonna do one last one. Close your eyes and tilt your head back. Put your arms out like an airplane. Count as high as you can until I tell you to stop.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That they did her dirty. They did her dirty there. That's not a sobriety test. That's not a sobriety check. So put your arms out like an airplane and count as high as you can until you wake up in jail.
All right, you're under arrest for DUI. Come back here to my car. Actually, Jason, just go ahead and pull it up. I just don't want you to walk that far. Have you ever been in trouble before? No? Okay. I'm going to read you some stuff as soon as we get you sat down. Okay?
She landed that plane in jail. That's it. Well, they have to do all the sobriety tests to cover their asses. That's the reason. You have to have probable cause to pull them in for the actual, even if you do a breathalyzer on the side of the road, it doesn't count till you do the one at the station, blah, blah, blah.
Will you?
Yeah, we will. Do you think that we're going to leave them here?
I mean...
Do you think that we would leave your children in a car on the side of the road?
I don't know.
No.
That's what you did, lady.
Okay.
We're actually going to take them.
Ma'am, I'm not enjoying this at all. Please
You've been laughing.
Ma'am, I'm... Turn back around.
Can you turn around?
Face right here.
Yeah.
Hey, do you have any?
No, I don't.
Nothing's gonna stick me, poke me, prod me, nothing like that.
Yes, call my husband.
We've been trying. His phone is going straight to voicemail. Do you have another number?
No, I don't.
Where's your husband at? Where is he at?
Do you want my husband or one of the 5 baby daddies?
Do you not know?
Can I answer or can you guys answer?
No, that's what we're asking.
Am I going to get to talk to someone? Or?
That's what we're trying to sort out now.
Well, I'm trying to ask if I can talk.
Can I answer? Where's your husband at? Can I answer? You guys go answer.
What do you mean?
I don't know, anyone but y'all.
Samantha, I've been very kind to you ever since we met.
I'm asking, can I talk to someone else?
Someone who?
Someone else who, though?
Are you asking to talk to your husband?
My lawyer? Anyone else?
Before we ask you any questions about why you're being arrested, you'll have a chance. I don't think I have any more questions
Talk
for
to
you.
them.
I say we just do the 29 Charlie and call DCF and they can come take the kids.
We're trying to get a hold of somebody, but we're not getting a hold of anybody.
You don't want to help? That's good.
We're trying to get a hold of your husband and your mom.
I don't have a mom, she's dead.
Who is the grandmother that the children spend time with?
My grandma. You won't let me answer to anyone.
We're asking you.
I'm telling you I don't have anyone, but...
You won't let me answer or get anyone. We're asking you, who should we call? I don't have anyone.
My grandma is...
This is the disorderly.
Nobody else?
No.
Who else helps you with the kids then?
No, that's...
She's starting to
Realize what's happening.
and she doesn't want to cooperate.
Some of the saddest videos you see is drug addicts with kids. I saw a video the other day about a cop who adopted a kid. Their parents were just fucking meth heads, homeless, living in fucking under a piece of tin on the side of the bridge, had like a 3-month-old baby. That's crazy.
We asked her about where her husband is and she says she wants to talk to a lawyer, so. Yeah.
And there's also pending charges based on the house. She went. I told them, I was like, hey, we are not going to be able to come tonight, but I was like,
Depending on the BRAC, it'll. Which side is she on? Passenger side? Oh, watch your step on.
That's right, Nova.
What do you need help?
I'm going to go ahead and put a seatbelt on you, okay? Go ahead and sit back. Drop your hands down.
I can't.
Drop your hands down behind you.
This hurts. You guys get a hold of my husband.
We're still trying. I'll let you know as soon as
he
we...
has our kids.
Your kids are in your car.
I know, but like, is he gonna get them or no?
If we can call him, where is he at? We can send someone to knock on his door. So he lives at the address that's on your license?
Yes.
Okay.
What am I being charged with?
DUI.
And then...
DUI.
What am I being charged with?
Can I get let go tonight or no?
We'll talk about that here in just a second.
Got something I need to read you, okay?
Mirandized.
Take a test of your breath blood on you. No?
Okay. You realize that means you'll lose your license, right? Okay. You realize that can be used against you in court, right? Okay.
Does one do breath, blood, or urine?
At the address on her license.
We may have to send somebody over there to... We're looking for a phone number for the one in the back's dad who's in Gainesville.
Okay.
To see if he could maybe potentially help out, but the other ones that...
Yeah, we've all watched Soft White Underbelly. I've covered it before on the show, but it gets you almost immediate copyright strikes, gets you fucking banned and shit, so...
I keep calling and it's going straight to voicemail.
She doesn't want to take a breath test.
I covered the inbred people out of West Virginia or whatever, and ended up getting a fucking strike on my channel because of that.
5 would charge her with the enhancement. Because
YouTube's biggest channels, their big channels, they protect, and they'll automatically take you down and strike you. YouTube will do it. The channel doesn't even have to, because usually what happens is they'll send a review to the copyright holder and say, hey, somebody played your content. Would you like to take the revenue or strike it or blah, blah, blah? YouTube does it automatically.
she has 3 children in the car. It's a felony enhancement, so.
Still driving all the kids in the car.
I'll see if we can work out some additional charging. I mean, I hate to do it to them, but that breaks my heart that precious little baby. Yeah. I don't even want to look at her. I'm going to get emotional.
Samantha continued to speak with officers on her way to jail.
You have to like put me in jail and stuff.
Yes, ma'am.
They're going to probably go to DCF for the night.
You guys feel good about that?
No, ma'am, not at all.
I don't want your kids to see you in handcuffs. You made this decision. I did not tell you to get in that car drunk.
You don't
Damn it. Got a green lighter. If Scotty was a cop and he just knew that she had a penis, she'd be free to go.
Opportunities to complete the exercises.
Ma'am, this sheet here says you have a vagine. You're free to go.
We did. It's on camera.
Block it out.
No, we don't block it out. Yes, ma'am.
Many people find it difficult to take responsibility for their own actions.
I don't really care for the announcer, but that was a good one. And then I also saw this. So Andrew Tate, he's been in a lot of legal trouble over in Romania. I saw this. It says Andrew Tate official statement after the BBC interview. So he's got to say here. Andrew Tate, remember how we were talking about the red pill community? Andrew Tate's one of those red pillars. Like, you got to work hard if you stay in shape and become a billionaire. And if you just hustle, you make all this money and have all these bitches. And he's part of the red pill community.
In the interest of saving absolutely everybody's time, I feel like doing a generalized statement to all legacy media inside of the Matrix. And I'm doing it to save their time. And
the new thing is he's part of the Matrix and he's trying to break free, and they arrested him to silence him. So what Andrew Tate did, you might be okay with it, and that's just something you have to decide. But what he did is technically trafficking, okay? So if I somehow become famous or wealthy or whatever, and I contact people from some other place and say, hey, you're so beautiful. Oh, my God, we should get married. I'll take care of you. I'll pay for everything, blah, blah, blah. Come see me. And you come of your own free accord. I buy you a plane ticket. You get on the plane on your own, blah, blah, blah. No one's forcing you. No one's got a gun. And then you show up. And then I say, well, how about this instead? You work here for me as a cam girl instead of we getting married. That is literally human trafficking, okay? If I get you here under false pretenses and then have you work for me in some way like that, that's literally human trafficking, right? I told you I was going to. Now, it's called the lover boy method. The people that are arguing like they came of their own free will, they got on the plane, he didn't go pick them up, he didn't hold a gun on them, he didn't do this, he didn't do that, then you're not arguing that he didn't fucking traffic these women. If what he says is true, this is his own words, his own account. I don't know. But if what he says is true, you're not arguing that he didn't traffic women. You're arguing that shouldn't be illegal. That version of trafficking, the lover boy method, shouldn't be illegal. And you can have that stance, I guess, but it's pretty fucking shady. When you have money and power and a little bit of fame, you can find somebody from fucking Western Europe or Eastern Europe and be like, oh, yeah, come marry me. I'll take care of you, honey. You'll never have to worry about anything. Hell, we had one of our old fans got fooled by a fake Ryan Upchurch fucking comment that they had won a car. Like, it's not hard to fucking fool people. It was like, Ryan Upchurch loves his fans YouTube account. Oh, you won a car. All I need is this, and this. Like, and they thought it was real. Like, it's not hard to fool people. So if what he said himself during interviews is true, and he's not just lying, he trafficked women. Now, if you think that getting somebody under false pretenses and then having them work as a cam girl for you isn't trafficking, then you're not arguing that he didn't do it. You're arguing that the law needs to be changed.
And mine, as well as protect the minds of the masculine youth for the future.
He looks like he might have done some breastfeeding back in the day.
I want to make it very clear that the legacy media, which I enjoyed the company of today, have made a massive mistake. And Mr. Chan,
I feel like even though he's a multimillionaire, I think it's kind of ironic he can't buy shirts in his size. Like, I guess they don't make them. I don't know. There's some things money can't buy.
To do some genuinely interesting journalism. After being unfairly incarcerated in a Romanian dungeon, I thought that even the BBC, in its absolute arrogance and hubris, would be smart enough to come to me after 6 months, being the first interview I gave to The Matrix, and be smart enough to ask questions people were genuinely interested in. What?
So the way the Romanian system works is if they have like enough, I mean, it's not that different than an American system, okay? Like if they have enough evidence to come and hold you, then they'll make an arrest and they'll gather more evidence. That happens a lot in the U.S. too. Like you might be booked on enough suspicion and arrested for murder, but the whole time you're in there, they've got a long time to build a case, right? The whole time they're in there, they're gathering more evidence. Like if let's say like you're texting a minor or something. That's all we talk about a lot. There might be a little bit of evidence that gets you arrested. By the time you're in there, they're gathering more evidence. They're pulling the records. They're checking this. They're checking with other victims. They're doing that to put a case together.
What's it like inside of a Romanian prison cell? How were you treated? Why was a person's liberty deprived of them for 6 months without charge? How is your mental state post your unfair incarceration? Things people are genuinely interested in hearing, but instead, they came with the same old talking points. And I'd like to address all of these talking points to the Matrix media now to prevent this happening again, because it's a monumental waste of everybody's time. I say things on the internet. I've been making content on the internet for a very long time. Finding a clip from 2016, 8 years ago, finding a 4-hour-long podcast from 2016, ignoring all context, ignoring everything positive I say about men and women in the world, and taking a single sentence and trying to pretend that's my entire worldview is not the bombshell.
Well, I mean, he said it as a way to like make money, right? Like he said, like you could tell these women anything, they'll show up. You can get them to work a cam for you. You take a percentage. Like he basically admitted. Now he could have been lying. He could have been lying. I'm not saying he was telling the truth. I feel like he lies about a lot of the things he says on these podcasts, but he said it. And then there's women that do work at a cam farm for him, and it seems like there's a lot of stuff going against him at that time.
You think it is. Nobody cares. Everybody understands what satire is. Everybody understands what joke is. Everybody understands it's the internet. Everybody understands all of these things. Plus, the people who know the truth of my message are very capable of understanding what is satirical and what is true. People are not as stupid as you'd like them to be. Sitting down with me and missing the chance to have a genuinely interesting interview with genuinely interesting questions that people are interested in hearing the answers to, and instead attempting this attack to get this bombshell aha moment is never going to work. Because 1, I'm too smart for all of you, and 2, nobody cares. Nobody cares I made a joke 8 years ago, because everybody knows I was joking, and everybody knows the truth of my message. So you're wasting absolutely everybody's time. Worse than wasting everybody's time, what you're genuinely doing is damaging the minds of young men. And I think I have a responsibility as one of the most influential men on the planet to protect the minds.
Somebody was asking about you the other day, asking if you were all right, so they hadn't seen you in a few days. Glad to see you, Zach.
Of young men, and all of the men who look up to me. Nobody, no young man.
Here is Bruce Rivers does it. I think he does a review of what Andrew Tate said. Hold on.
Bruce Rivers sees the Kremlin.
We'll skip ahead and see if we can catch it.
Defense talk about today. Tate and Tate, power a guy like me. I think I've come off in out of context. If down the line, guess who we see on the blotter? We see Mr. Tate. I knew he was. And it's standard objective, and that I'm taking some of his things out of context. Let's just talk about what we're talking about here. I talked to you 5 months ago, and I told you that Andrew Tate is going to be on the police blotter. So I wouldn't be surprised if down the line, guess who we see on the blotter? We see Mr. Tate. I knew he was. And it's not just because I don't like him. It has nothing to do with whether I like him or dislike him. This is a legal analysis show, right? I mean, that's the thrust of it. And one of the things I talk about is self-snitching, right? And so one of the things that I was trying to comment on is that there's a treasure trove of stuff that he's put out there to show that he is probably guilty of the crimes that they're talking about. And all the stuff that he's put out there can be used against him, not taken out of context. So what is he charged with? He's charged with sex trafficking. And I would venture to bet that maybe even some tax stuff might come down the pike. We'll talk about that a little bit more. Sex trafficking, there's three, unless you're dealing with underage, when we don't have any evidence that anybody's underage, but we have 3 things: force, fraud, or coercion. Force, obviously, that's like being in chains and not being allowed to leave.
So human trafficking can be through force, fraud, or coercion.
Fraud, being kept there under false pretenses. If there's an element of fraud in the way that you are enticing somebody or keeping somebody in a particular position to work for you, and if it's in the sex business, that's sex trafficking. Or coercion, threat of harm, or some other way to limit your movement. And so let's kind of look at one of his very first videos that he did. These are his words, not my words. And I'm going to play it, and I'm not going to take it out of context. We'll play this. Let's just make sure I'm not taking things out of context.
When you say webcam company, people assume, oh, it's just a sex fest. But in reality, it's a shitload of people management. The HR category of the webcam business is the largest and most important thing. You're effectively taking girls, teaching them how to make unlimited money from home, and then making sure they give all to you.
So you're making sure that you're...
Did you hear that? You're taking these girls, teaching them how to make unlimited money from home, and then you're taking it all from them. Or making sure they give it all to you.
Is the largest and most important thing. You're effectively taking girls, teaching them how to make unlimited money from home, and then making sure they give all to you.
So you're
making sure they give it all to you.
Making sure that you're teaching girls how to make a shit ton of money and give it all to you. Now, this is one of his first instructional videos. A lot of guys, he's got a lot of fans, and a lot of guys think, oh, in order to have some wealth, you have to have a Bugatti.
So a cam girl is someone who does sex work on a camera. A cam farm would be like when you manage like 20 girls who do sex work on camera. And like maybe you run the site, or maybe you do their advertising, or maybe, you know, you drop their link. But whatever, you're managing them some way as like a farm. The same way like you could own a cow and people wouldn't call you a farmer. But if you own 60 cows, people would be like, oh, you're running a farm.
You have to do this, you have to do that. In order to have wealth, you have to have self-pride. You have to know who you are as a person. And where do you get that from? You get that from building, as I've always said. So I do two things. I like to be motivation for younger guys and women for that matter, who are looking at maybe a possible direction in their career. So I like to motivate people in a very positive way. But the other thing I do is I do offer a legal analysis of what's going on here. Right off the bat, he tells you that his main goal is to have them work for him and him get all the money.
Webcam studios everywhere. There's one webcam studio.
So people are working very hard to make like sex work natural, whether you're like a cam girl, whether you do OnlyFans, or whether you're a fucking titty streamer or whatever. But there's a lot of sleazy people. Here's the problem I have. You might not like OnlyFans, but here's a problem I have. When porn was the only thing we had, and someone was producing it, and someone was making money, and someone was selling the videos or posting them online, and memberships and Cornhub and blah, blah, blah. Don't say porn in the chat, please. But when corn was a thing we had, everybody just kind of knew it existed and no one paid attention to it. But for some reason, when like women started doing their own porn and they're the ones who got paid for it, everybody's like, oh my fucking God, what's going on over there? I can't believe they do this. They're no different than like a porn actress that you had no issue with before, but they're just making the money instead of someone else making it for them, I guess. Like, I don't have an issue. If that, I mean, like, obviously I don't want Mariah doing it. She's my wife, and we have different morals and goals and things, but, like, I can't look down on someone that was going to do porn, but instead started making more money because they did it themselves and kept all the money. Does he pay the women? Very little. Instead, they just get a lifestyle of living, and he pays them very, very little.
You're down the road called Studio 20 with 100 rooms. 100 rooms, 8-hour shifts, 3 girls a day. That's 300 girls a day working, and they all work on live guys. So if you're going to live guys, you're going to be competing with big-time guys. And what you want to be competing with is people at home in their bedrooms. You're going to be competing with serious businessmen, because I know for a fact, Studio 20, the owner of Studio 20 and the owner of the website itself, Liza Yasmin, are friends, and they've got some kind of backhander agreement. So all the Studio 20 girls appear high on the webpage. They appear at the top of the page. Obviously, if you're going to go on there, you don't want to scroll down 10 pages to find a girl. You're going to go to the girls in the first row. All his girls appear high up because he's giving the guy a backhand. It's all this shady business. It's a huge competition market.
So you can see his main thrust is just making money, and he doesn't give a shit how he does it, really. He's going to tell you in a second here the origin of the story, and he's
if you start looking at if you start looking at some of the money that some of the money these people are making, it is ungodly amounts of money. Like Amaranth, oh holy shit, she's like a Twitch and OnlyFans and what, like ungodly amounts of money. Like, you think Phil's making a ton of money? These people are making like millions of dollars a month. It's crazy.
He did these same concepts through multiple interviews, right? And so when you say I'm taking things out of context, we've sourced this and sourced this and sourced this, and he's repeated it multiple times. It is something when you hear who he wants to compete. He doesn't want to compete with the main factories. He wants to compete with the girls that are at home. So that gives you an indication that he's going, it's like in nature, I suppose. It's you go after the weakest.
Now, I've told very shortly my story, how I kind of started my whole webcam business. I'll tell it again in detail here.
Right. I don't even touch my face to pick. Right. I've got pictures of me inside your mouth. How did you not attach your face? Come on now. Think this through.
I was fighting. I had some money. I had 70,000 pounds in a safe in my...
One of our viewers had indicated that he's gotten most of his...
I'll ruin you.
...money from fighting. He had 70 grand, 70,000 euros or pounds or whatever he had, and that was it.
We've got a full 2 hour of feature-length film, Mariah.
Bedroom in my house. I wanted to buy property in Thailand and move to Thailand. I needed 80,000. I was staying rent short, and I thought I'd go to the casino and make 10.
That's also telling. I'm going to go to the casino and try to make money when he's not even a gambler. You guys, stay away from the casino.
Remember the Florida hotel at the mall?
Reason that they're so big.
Which was obviously, we all know how that story went. So I lost 30, so now I need 40. I needed it quickly. So I was sitting there trying to find a way to make money. So how can I make money? And what I did was, I said to Tristan, I'm literally not leaving my room until I wait for us to make more money, because I can only fight so many times per year, and I know their income. So I got pen and paper, and I was on YouTube, like researching, you know, how people make money, what millionaires have, and they kept talking about assets. And I started thinking, what assets do I have? You know, I'm trying to buy a property. I mean, I didn't own a property in the UK.
Now, think about the word asset. What is an asset?
So again, this was when he was poor. He's trying to buy. He didn't even own a piece of property. Now everybody knows he's wealthy now. This is how he made his wealth. Like, he doesn't talk about it as much now, especially now that a lot of people are after him and blah, blah, blah. This is how he makes money. This is how he made his wealth. I'm as pure as snow. Let's just talk about the things you said to me last night. And we'll see how much snow will settle on that.
Well, I suppose this hat is an asset. It's not worth much, but it's really, the brand is worth a lot more than the hat is. But what is an asset? The office, the building, you know, your brand, those are assets. Things that you own are assets.
Times I didn't pay tax to anyone. I didn't want to pay taxes, so I didn't buy a house to affirm me. So I was like, what?
And keep in mind, keep that tax thing in the back of your head.
What assets do I have? Like, I have a car, I have this, I have that. And then I realized I had about 5 girlfriends, all smoking hot. And females are an asset.
Females are an asset. Again, we're talking about trafficking. He's saying his females are an asset.
Absolutely an asset. And if you disagree with me, walk in the club with 10 blondes, and you'll see who the most important guy in the club is. Fuck the champagne shows.
Who the fuck cares who the most important guy in the club is? The most insecure guy in the club, it's important to that guy. But it should never be important to you to be the most important guy in the club. What should be important to you is the people around you having their respect, but having their respect not because you're walking in there with 12 blondes.
I walked in the club with 10 girls, and there's guys next to me doing champagne shows. Is he gonna look at their table or my table? I don't give a fuck about their table. Pussy is the most important driving force of this planet. Pussy is the only reason that empires were started and wars were waged. It's the only reason all you guys are out there are even interested in having money. If there was no pussy about, you wouldn't care about having money. You say, oh, I'll have a little bit of money and I'll just play chess all day. I don't care, I'll play video games. The only reason we want cars and clothes and 6-packs and houses and shit is for girls.
That is so simplistic.
Girls are the driving force. So when I realized I had all these assets, I had to find a way to monetize the assets.
Now remember, the assets, you know, were something you own. He's got 5 women that he believes are his assets. Now he's going to make money off of them.
I knew some street pimps. I've known them for a long time. Straight street pimping is completely... In fact, no, it's not completely. The psychological aspect is the same.
Right. Miss Mo says her face hurts. Is your face or your ass hurt? Which one?
So, now, I'm not taking things out of context. He's saying the psychological aspect of what he's going to be doing is the exact same psychological aspect of street pimping, and that is control.
Of what we're going to do.
Aspect of what he's...
No, it's not completely. The psychological...
His assets. Now he's going to make money off of them.
I knew some street pimps. I've known them for a long time.
I know some street pimps.
Straight street pimping is completely... In fact, no, it's not completely different game. The psychological aspect is the same.
So
he just said on his own video. Now, this is his how to make money video, how to be successful. This isn't a podcast. He's saying a podcast from 4 years ago where I was making a joke. This is a how to make money video, not out of context. He's showing you the clips, and he's like, I know some street pimps. You know, it's... Well, no, I'm not even going to say... It's the psychological game is the exact same. Now, the people that are defending him saying, like, he's innocent, he didn't traffic anybody, why the fuck would he say the psychological aspect of what he does to make money is the exact same as being a fucking pimp working girls on the street? Why would he say that if what is the joke? Where's the out of context? Where is this podcast he was on 8 years ago? This is just him in his room talking about how he made all his money. He's admitting to it.
Now, I'm not taking things out of context. He's saying the psychological aspect of what he's going to be doing is the exact same.
So when we watch this response video, this is going to be a big denial video, but you have to remember this is just him in his room alone. There's no joke. There's no comments. There's no one he's like I say stupid shit to Mariah all the time. Or when someone calls in or when we have a co-host, someone puts whatever. That's exit only. It was open for receiving last night, I'll tell you that much.
Psychological aspect of street pimping, and that is control.
Of what we're going to do. The skill I'm going to teach you is exactly the same. I could easily translate mine to a street business, and you could easily street pimp with the things I'm going to teach you. Well, I didn't want no one else fucking my girl. That's the truth. My girls. I want to fuck my girls. And what's some other guy?
He didn't want no guys fucking his girls, so he chose to do it this way.
Fucking my girls. The fuck's the point in that? So, long story short, blah, 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 blah. Discovered what.
The only thing that kept him from pimping them out physically is he didn't want anybody fucking them. So instead, he pimps them out digitally. How is this not illegal? What is the defense?
Cam, and went from there. Flew all 5 girls in at once, sat them all down, so I've been going out with all of you. Here's the truth. Starting a business, you want to make money or not. 2 decided to stay, 3 started crying, got back on the plane, because they're all different places in the world. I had them for when I was
Real_Firefly just resubscribed for 11 months.
Uh-oh. Thank you for the resubscription, Real_Firefly.
fighting. So I went and fought in Slovakia, got a girlfriend. Went and fought in France, got a girlfriend. Went and fought, so I had all the girls around the world. So I told them all to fly in, sat them all down together. Like, who the fuck are all these other girls? I was like, okay, truth time. Bang.
All these other girls probably think they're exclusive before they come to him, right? And now all of a sudden he lays the truth down on them. What is that's deception from the very beginning. His words, not mine.
I'm a G. They're fucking you all.
I'm a G.
I'm going to start a business. You're all going to live here with me. 3 got back on the plane. 2 decided to stay. 2 weeks later, 1 left. And so I was left with 1. But starting with 1 is good. But first 2 weeks, I fucked them together a few times.
The G, as he calls himself, started with 5. Now he's down to 1. How much respect would you have for the 1 girl that's still standing there? The 4 girls, thank God that they had the sense. But really, who is the bigger man? Is the bigger man that's the fucking poser who walks into a club with 12 girls? Or is the bigger man who is the honorable guy who stands by his family, raises a family, has a decent job, goes to work every day, is solid? I'd rather go to a pub than a club any day. When you are that guy, not the G, but when you are a solid guy where you're there for your family, you're not trying to manipulate anybody, and you're a provider for your family, and you are a solid straight guy, that's the G. That's the person who's the real man.
Your goal is...
This is why I get so frustrated with people defending him. Like, you might not think the Loverboy method is bad. Maybe then you need to argue that the laws need to be changed. But what he did, by his own admission, if what he's saying right here is true, it's not a joke. He's not on a podcast. He's not making a joke. This is his money, how to make money, how to be successful, how to become wealthy and powerful video. If what he said, if he's not lying, he 100% committed a crime. Sex trafficking.
To inspire a girl to make money and give you the money.
Your goal is to rip her off. That's really what he's telling you. Those are his words. I'm not taking anything out of context. We're not chopping this up. This is his little seminar that he was pitching to all these guys out there who think he's got something to offer.
So the way you're going to do that is you have to have some element of influence, and you're going to have that element of influence through her respecting you, looking up to you, and her believing she needs you.
Now that is a critical thing.
So again, people don't have issue with sex workers until, or like porn, until like people make their own porn, then suddenly it's horrible. Then you better have an issue with all porn, not just like OnlyFans girls. You need to have an issue with all porn if you're going to be logically sound. But he says you have to convince them they need you. You have to convince them they need you. Again, this is deception. That's even coercion, right? Like, they can't quit because they need you to make this type of money, when in actuality they don't.
You know, the old pimps, what they would do is they'd find some young girl at the bus station. This is an old school kind of thing, or go to the mall or whatever, and they shower them with gifts, and then they think they're the best, and you know, and these are chicks that don't have any self-esteem whatsoever. And then they start working for them, and then but it's a slow process. But it's a slow process of mind control and physical control with money, control with emotions, and physical control.
And this is extremely important, because at the beginning she will need you, but then she won't need you. But you have to keep that fallacy, keep that dream alive.
Fallacy, that's his word. His word. I'm not taking this out of context.
Keep that lie alive.
She'll need you at first, but then she won't.
Exactly, Tablet.
You have to keep her convinced that she does need you. That's how you control. That's the control part. And it is a fallacy. And what is fallacy? Fraud.
She can't do this without you, to ensure that she doesn't do it without you. So this is what screen share is all about. Effectively, this is the way the business works. The girl sits on the camera. Now, when the girl is on camera, and you would have seen from my promotional video, that was at the height of my webcam empire. The blonde in that video I'm still with now. You'll see from there how we explain that there's people typing or pretending to be the girl 24 hours a day. So it hasn't got to be 24.
That part, I suppose, is fine in terms of a business model, but it's fraud. I mean, he's the one typing, and so you think you're getting all excited by something she's saying, and here you're really communicating with Andrew Tate.
But
that's probably well known in the industry. Like, supposedly the girl's online 24 hours. She only does a cam show for 8 hours, 6 hours, whatever. But supposedly she's online 100% of the time texting you back when you send a message, but it's really some dude or some fucking outsourced worker from India or some shit saying, "Oh yeah, I love small penises. Give it to me."
Method is very important for two reasons. First, let me explain how it works. Listen up, motherfuckers. So, the girl's on the webcam. She's sitting here. When a girl is on camera, she has a public room, which people will visit, and they will spend money in and talk shit.
And when you think about it, the people that he's appealing to on these webcams are just a bunch of really lonely guys, and there's a ton of them out there.
It's your job to train the girl to talk to and interact with that public room as much as possible. So when people come in the room and say, "Oh, hey, how are you?" She's like, they type. The men type, "Hey, how are you?" It comes in the box. She goes, "Oh, hey, I'm fine, thank you." And she has to make sure her public room is engaging and interesting as much as possible to keep people in the room. Now, while the
there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it.
This is the way. I don't know if you guys know, but Amaranth, the one I was talking about earlier, it's like a Twitch streamer stuff. Her husband, that not a lot of people know, he didn't have a whole lot of cam time, blah, blah, blah. Her husband was kind of like her pimp. Like when they had this big falling out and she like exposed him with all these like recordings she had of him threatening to kill her dog and take all the money and all this crazy shit. He was kind of handling her like basically like, "You need me, I do this, I do that, I set this up, all you do is show your tits and you're a pussy," and it was just crazy. But her husband was kind of playing this role, very controlling, very over the top, crazy dude.
Yeah, what he's actually doing, it's the nature of how he's getting the girls there and keeping them there.
She can also receive private messages, and all those private messages you are going to reply to, and you're going to reply to them via screen share on a computer in a different room. As long as you're on the same Wi-Fi network, you're having more conversations with men than a girl could ever have on her own, because she's too busy on her own. She's overwhelmed. She can't talk to all these people. So some guys you have to negotiate with, some guys you have to do a deal with, some guys whatever. You can do all that shit. But even more importantly, it makes the girl believe that she can't do it without you.
That's a recurring theme, that she can't do it.
It makes the girl believe she can't do it without you.
Without you. She is reliant on you. She needs you. And why is that important? Because if she thinks she can do it on her own, guess what? She does it on her own, and you've lost your profits.
Well, Mariah, I got married young, and I still date in today's society.
Center. That's what he's talking about. That's why the control is such an important aspect of what he does.
At the beginning she can, but there become a point she can't. But you being here, it synergizes this teamwork energy. We're going to do this together. Yeah, you go on the camera. Don't worry, I'll talk to the guys. I'm going to talk to them. We're a team. Happy, positive teamwork. There's no negative energy in this business. You have to be positive. So by you typing for the girl, you maximize your money, and also she believes she needs you, which is extremely important. Later on down the line, I got to the point where I'd hired typers. So I didn't have to type. So I'd hired girls to sit and type and pretend to be the girls. So like girls online, I had an office full of girls pretending to type. So I had 4 typers, 20 girls online, for example. Another reason you use Chatterbait is because they will pay you in
I've been trying to get Mariah to fire up an anonymous OnlyFans.
This is another critical part of what he does, and that may impact a criminal prosecution of him later. And if you recall at the beginning of this video, he talked about not wanting to own property because he didn't want to pay taxes. And him not paying taxes is a recurring theme.
I wonder how many guys have gotten off while talking to Andrew Tate, thinking it was some other bitch.
And so if he's avoiding taxes, you can't avoid taxes with Bitcoin. I mean, you still owe the money. If you're making money, it's income. You have income taxes. Just because you're paid in Bitcoin doesn't mean that you don't owe the taxes. So let's continue.
I love it when you act like I won't go full fucking psycho on your. I went full fucking meat roll in your ass.
Bitcoin. Put in your Bitcoin address and they'll pay you in Bitcoin. And this is amazing because
you remember that?
You've all seen the thought audit shit going on. You've all seen the fucking legalities of banking. Trying to get money out of these sites into your bank without paying a shitload of taxes is actually very difficult.
See, it's that whole avoiding taxes. And it's not legal to do that. It's not legal to not pay your taxes.
Tax evasion.
An hour segment of this fucking thing. But we don't need to do that anymore because in the last 6 months, Chatterbait have released the Bitcoin option. So they'll pay you in Bitcoin. So if your girl on there working, let's say you generate $3,000-$4,000, bang, you get Bitcoin into your wallet. Done. No fucking tax, no thought audit, none of that shit. And I had a separate phone with all my girls' guys in that phone, and I kept control of it. And I would speak to them, and before she went online, I would tell her like any basic information. You don't let your girl have this because if your girl ever runs off and leaves you, which is going to happen to some of you at least, you don't want her to have an address book of all the guys she can get money from.
Another aspect of control. You don't want her to
have the address book of people she's getting money from because she can run off and leave you. Again, holding them hostage. This is sex trafficking.
Have your client list.
I think people when they hear sex trafficking, they think like you fucking you go to China and load them up in a shipping container with fucking machine guns. You can bring them over here and chain them to the wall. This is sex trafficking. This is what most sex trafficking looks like. People in a position they feel like they can't get out of. They're separated. They don't have any contacts. They don't have any way to move around. They think they can't make it out alone. They're being convinced that they have to keep doing this if they want to. Maybe there is a threat of violence. Maybe there's a threat of just like being left alone or not able to make money or not able to even get back to their home country. This is sex trafficking.
Because if she has your client list, she can leave you. So you've got to restrict her information. So it's systematic, and it's a systematic method of control to control these women. Now, these are not my words. These are his words and his words alone.
You want her to leave and go, well, I don't know the account. I don't have the password to the account. I've never set it up before. I don't know how the banking works. I don't have any of my guys' phone numbers. I have nothing. And that's why they don't want to leave. Because like, well, he has everything. I need him. I have to stay with him. He has everything. It's important. I'm telling you, it's a very important element.
That is sex trafficking.
That control.
It's a very important element, that control.
The girls are like, what the fuck do I need this dude for? And they will leave. You don't have every
By the way, now he's saying this is a podcast I did 8 years ago where I was making a joke. Everybody knows it's a joke. Where's the podcast, bro? Where's the podcasters? Where's the people you're joking with?
Tax is also another important element for controlling your woman. You're not going to pay anybody tax because you're getting paid in Bitcoin. So you don't need to pay tax to anybody.
That's not legal advice, by the way.
You need to tell your girl that you're paying the tax. Because girls are lazy, and girls are stupid, and girls don't understand how taxes work. So the girl's working with you, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, we made this much money, but I'm going to pay the tax to make sure we don't get in trouble. She'll sit there and go, okay. Now that allows you to do two things. One is another control element.
See how that control.
I don't know how people are still defending him. They ought to say if this is true, he should be under a fuck. It's another. You lie to them about paying the taxes. First of all, they don't know how to pay taxes, so they won't leave you. Second of all, you can take more money from them and claim it's for taxes.
Control is a recurring theme over and over and over again.
If I work with him, my tax is not a problem. If I do it alone, I have to deal with taxes. Taxes are complicated. So control element.
And he doesn't have respect for these women at all because he thinks they're stupid.
It allows you to pay her a smaller percentage. So I have to pay my girl 30%. So for every $10,000 they made, I give them 3, and I keep 7. They thought they were on 50%, and I said that the disparity is because of taxes. So you're on 50%, we have to pay the tax first, and then it's 50-50. If they say, why is it 50-50? Because I'm the one on camera. You say, because I'm the one typing, I'm the one with the property you're working in, I'm the one paying the bills, the electricity, I'm the one who's, and the electricity and every other maintenance cost of this property, I'm the one who bought the equipment, I'm the one who knows what he's doing, I'm the one with the knowledge, I'm the da-da-da-da-da. Shut the fuck up, go online. And they should be pretty happy with that if they respect you as a person overall. So really, you're paying 30, you tell them you're paying 50.
That was the punchline, guys. That was the punchline.
Disparity lies, taxes. If they don't believe you, they want to get fresh or whatever, print out some tax forms. I see this all the time. I just print out some random tax forms and say, yeah, sign here, sign this. What is it? It's for the tax. You want to pay the tax or not? Ooh, okay. And they just sign away. I don't know what fucking signing. I'll throw them away.
Print out random tax forms and have them sign it and throw it away. That's the joke. That's why did the sex traffic victim cross over into Romania? Because Andrew Tate made them. Get it? Get it?
They think something's happening. Something real's happening. Nothing's happening except me getting rich, bitch.
Nothing's happening except for me getting rich, bitch. That's what he just said. So he's...
Throw the tax forms away. What's happening? Nothing's happening except for me getting rich, bitch.
Taking another 20% of what would have been their earnings, saying he's paying taxes, but he's not paying.
And easily these women could have done this on their own, but they were convinced they couldn't. They could have done this on their own. That's why OnlyFans is a revolution in that.
Taxes. His words. Having them even sign a dummy tax form that is just to try to convince her even more that he's paying some taxes, which is just ridiculous. And so, what is the middle word? Fraud. That's fraud. Force, fraud, or coercion.
Anyway, so tax is another important element to keep control of the girl. You have to fuck the girls. You cannot do a business relationship with a female, and I'll tell you why. Women have sex with somebody. If they're not fucking you, they're fucking somebody else. Now, a woman's always going to be the most loyal to the guy she's fucking, as opposed to anyone else for any other reason. If you have a girl work for you, you say, look, we're going to do business partners, we're going to make money, here's your cut, here's my cut, we're going to work together, blah, 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 blah. Here's the fucking, I've had dudes, I've known loads of guys who like, try to do a contract with a girl, try to sit there and talk common sense to a girl. When's the last time?
Has anybody been on Cornhub recently and tried to find any anonymized content? We do it anonymously, but it pays a bill.
since the girl has ever worked, ever. If you're not fucking the girl, she is fucking someone else, and the other person she's fucking is going to have the control over her mind.
Again, control her through money, control her through information, control her through manipulation, control her through sex,
as opposed to you. And if he controls her mind and you don't control her mind, once she starts to pick it up a bit after a few weeks, a few months, whatever, and realizes how to make money on her own, is she going to stay and keep paying you, or is she going to run off and pay her boyfriend, or them two are going to go traveling in Southeast Asia and she's going to work as she goes, or she's going to go to her boyfriend and say, look, fuck it, you type for me. What you actually turn these things into.
So he needs the lover boy part of it, so they'll be more loyal to him. Because if she has a boyfriend, yeah, eventually she's going to figure out her boyfriend can be her manager, and then you're gone.
It's Bitcoin. So effectively, what a webcam company is mining Bitcoin. But instead of mining Bitcoin the traditional way with huge electricity expenses and massively expensive equipment and space and cooling and all that bullshit, you mine Bitcoin with some pussy and titties.
You mine.
Not to mention he did this, before one of the biggest giant takeoffs in crypto, which helped him make a lot of his money. But this is who he is. Yeah, he was a fighter and he won some purses. But unless you're like one of the top probably 50 fighters in the U.S. or in the world, you're not making like fucking Conor McGregor money, okay? He didn't have fucking brand deals and all the stuff and wasn't featured. He was a fighter. He does fight. But this is how he made his fortune.
Bitcoin.
And this is how he's advising other young men make their fortune. Imagine if your fucking 18-year-old kid got fucking strung up in some goddamn human trafficking charges because they followed Andrew Tate's guide to make money.
With pussy and titties. That's what he just said. Did I take that out of context? I don't think I did. My whole point in bringing this up is not to bash Andrew Tate, although I'm not a fan, and I don't care to even pretend that I'm a fan. But it's an interesting case. It's an interesting case because it has international intrigue, but you also have, from his own words, the control aspect. How important it is to control these women.
Oh, you won't find this under anal. Mariah's a fan of ass to mouth.
I think the government, with this video, with just this one video alone, has an excellent foundation.
I mean, Monique.
For the sex trafficking charge. But more than that, they also have probably a tax beef that they could levy against him once they start diving into his books. In analyzing this, I really don't want you to think I'm taking anything out of context, because I'm not. But let's see, in his own words, how he's recruited, lured, or retained these girls.
Then you start saying things like, oh yeah, but you're always working, I have to do some traveling and you can't come, I want to bring you with me. Traveling's a great one because the thing about this business is mobile. If you can find a good Airbnb with good internet, you can run it somewhere else. So it's a good little caveat to throw in. Oh, you're always working, why don't you work for me so we spend more time together? Work for you doing what? So I'll have a webcam business. Oh, I don't want to do that. So okay, I know you don't want to do that, but listen, come, let's have a meeting, let's just talk about it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it, fine. But let me explain it to you properly. In fact, I'll bring one of the girls who works for me. Your bottom bitch, the new girl, you go out for fucking a nice dinner, your bottom bitch is the one who does the selling. You don't do the selling. The girl has to hear from the girl. And this is where your bottom bitch has to be trained. That's why I said it's so important.
This is a scam. This is what he did to these women. If we believe his own words, he should be in jail. Oh, your bottom bitch does the selling. You can't sell it to him. You make fake tax forms, have them sign them. You only give them 30%. You tell them you're giving 50%. You tell them you're dating. They got to be dating to you because they can't have a boyfriend because they'll be loyal to him, but you need them loyal to you. This is a scam. This is human trafficking.
Important to have a good first girl.
And a bunch of Q-tards support Andrew Tate because the Matrix and the Red Pill and they're out to get him and silence him. A bunch of Q-tards, and they claim that they're here to stop trafficking. And here it fucking is, right in front of them.
Remember Glenn
They're cheering
Maxwell?
it
That was
on.
the girl that recruited for Jeffrey Epstein. Almost identical to what he's talking about here. When you put all this into context, you have the way he structured his business. One of the ways that he's lured the girls is by having another girl there.
I didn't realize it was this bad. When I first heard he had arrested, I looked into it and I thought, man, it's weird. He predicted he would get arrested, then this happened, and blah, blah, blah. Then when I started looking into his old shit, I was like, he's 100% human trafficking. He's 100% human trafficking. I mean, I don't subscribe to his content. I'm not a red pill guy. I think there's a small truths in there that they amplify to bigger things, but
identical to what Epstein was doing. Now, and this is the danger when you have so much stuff that's out there that's reckless, right? Let's see what he has to say about the Romanian court system and their jails.
Romanian courts are also, oh no, not court in Romania, dude. They're corruption free, as we all know. Put me in jail, I'm gonna walk in there with a pile of money like this.
I'm gonna walk in there with a pile of money like this. Did he walk in there with a pile of money?
Oh, this is hose, this sells mine. I'm ready, come in there, I don't give a fuck. Take the court case, shut up.
He's now in a jail in Romania. He is now going to be subject to the courts in Romania. He just, on this video, I'm sure the prosecutors have this, because I have it, if I have it, they have it, flouting, taunting.
No, he recorded these as how to make money, like teaching people how to make money. People ask me all the time, how do you make money? How do you become successful? Here's how I did. He recorded these as like a how-to guide and posted them. That's how he got his start online. He made a cam farm, and that's how he got his start online. He posted them himself. All right, so let's hear him talk about his jokes now.
Ignoring all context, ignoring everything positive I say about men and women in the world, and taking a single sentence and trying to pretend that's my entire worldview is not the bombshell you think it is. Nobody cares. Everybody understands what satire is. Everybody understands what a joke is. Everybody understands it's the internet. Everybody understands all of these things. Plus, the people who know the truth of my message are very capable of understanding what is satirical and what is true. People are not as stupid as you'd like them to be. Sitting down with me and missing the chance to have a genuinely interesting interview with genuinely interesting questions that people are interested in hearing the answers to, and instead attempting this attack to get this bombshell aha moment is never going to work. Because one, I'm too smart for all of you, and two, nobody cares. Nobody cares I made a joke 8 years ago, because everybody knows I was joking, and everybody knows the truth of my message. So
does everybody think he was joking? Everybody knows the truth of his message now? Now that we've watched it, full context?
You're wasting absolutely everybody's time. Worse than wasting everybody's time.
Damn, Legend is hot and bothered. Check both boxes. Jesus Christ. You want me to put in a request for you?
What you're genuinely doing is damaging the minds of young men. And I think I have a responsibility as one of the most influential men on the planet to protect the minds of young men and all of the men who look up to me.
He picked up that habit of those habit of very defined mouth movements when he's speaking, because I think somebody said something to him one time like he's kind of hard to understand. So now, you know how like someone will talk to you and it feels like the words are just kind of like barely falling out of their lips or whatever. Like they're mumbling. He does these very defined mouth movements to make sure that he's very well understood. And he started that within the last couple years.
Nobody, no young man below the age of 30 has any interest in what the BBC or the legacy media say. They don't care and they don't watch it, unless I appear on there. So when I sit across from a reporter who says that having a nice car makes you a misogynist, it's disingenuous. And also
financial success,
correct.
with a Bugatti and a cigar, but it comes with a side order of misogyny.
How does having a Bugatti and a cigar come with misogyny?
Because it's all mixed together in what you teach.
I find that to be extremely dangerous rhetoric. I find that to be extremist rhetoric.
Rhetoric?
And I think it's very dangerous for young men to think that they work hard for something.
Did someone write that word down and maybe you've never said it before?
In their lives, that they dedicate themselves and they're diligent and hardworking and they try hard, that they'll be a bad person. I hate the idea of a world where a man who dedicates himself to excellence so he can enjoy the finer things in life is criticized and ostracized and called horrible names purely because he's been a hardworking male. And I don't like young men hearing these extremist ideas. And they're
a hardworking male prints off fake tax forms, have them sign them to confuse them, and throws them in the trash.
Hear these extremist ideas if they watch the BBC, which is an extremist organization, and they're only going to watch the BBC if I talk to the BBC. So I feel like now that these people have proved themselves to be extremist and very damaging to the minds of young men,
Are you trying to tell me I got weak tits, Legend? Is that what's going on here? You need more subs. I have beautiful breasticles. Mariah would tell you. She likes to coddle them.
An obligation to not interact with them very much because I don't want them spreading their extremist propaganda. We have a men's mental health crisis. Young men are disenfranchised. The suicide rate amongst men is much higher than women, and everybody pretends to care. But when I come along and say, I am a man, I've been a man, I know how it feels to be a sad man and a happy man, and I found happiness through masculine achievement and strength, through working hard in the gym, through dedication.
He found happiness through money. His goal was to get money. He abused women to get that, if we believe his own fucking words. I mean, he might fucking sue me. But by his own words, what he was doing was abusing women to make money. And that's how he found happiness.
Myself, through building a life worth living, through taking care of the people who I love, both male and female, through becoming financially successful, through sticking up for myself, through having a...
I play Mirage like a tetherball. He goes around the pole once this way, then you get it with that hand, get it this hand. It builds reaction times. I feel like I could be a fucking professional boxer.
Opinions, through being a man of honor and courage. When I do these things, I'm ostracized and they're attempting to destroy my life. This goes beyond a few media interviews. They're attempting to put me in
nimbly bimbly like a kitten in a ball of yarn.
And destroy my life because I am helping young men. They don't care about men's mental health. They have no interest at all. In fact, the ideas they purport, like I've just explained, are genuinely damaging to the mindset of young men.
Ryan knows when I go home and said, let me see them hang me down. She knows what's going on.
On top of this, they waste everybody's time because their aha moment never works. Nobody's interested in it, and I destroy them with ease. But my hourly rate is high. It's not very fun for me to do. I just do it. It has to be done, but I don't particularly enjoy it.
I allowed you into my home. I'm doing you a favor, giving you the first interview I'm giving to the public. You don't come here with a position of authority. You're not police. I don't expect the BBC. I don't know you. You do not come here with a position of authority over me. We are equals. We are people. We're citizens of the world, and we sit here as equals. And I see you as my equal, and if you ask me questions, I can ask you questions back. For you to come here and sit down and pretend you're the Gestapo, and that you don't answer my questions, is disingenuous because I don't owe you anything.
Asking questions and you answer.
But I don't owe, no, this is a conversation, and I don't owe you any degree of authority over me. So let's make that clear. And that doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman or from the BBC or the CNN. I'm here to answer your questions and be honest with you and do you a favor. And I'm doing you a favor. When you come here with
Right, what are some of the most unique things I've ever called your tits?
questions, you're trying to paint a narrative of me which is negative.
I'm asking you
and
about
that's
things
fine.
you've said that people are concerned about.
And that's fine. But you're not going to sit here and say you don't answer my questions because you're not above me.
So, in the interest of spreading good and positivity in the world, which is my number one objective, I am making this clear to all legacy media outlets. I will no longer interact with you for free. Nobody cares that you lie about me and nobody cares what you say. You have destroyed all of your credibility in the last 4 years of constantly lying about everything. And continuing to lie about me will only destroy your credibility further. I have an organization called Tate Pledge, which you can see. Go to corporatate.com and click at Tate Pledge, and you'll see that I dedicate $25 million a year to feeding children, both male and female, in war-torn countries. I would like to think that even the legacy media can agree that feeding children in Sudan or Turkish children after
Epstein gave a fuck of a bunch of money away. Like, are we going to be like, well, you know, he did donate some toys to you know, the Marines during Christmas.
An earthquake or Syrian children in refugee camps is a pretty positive thing to do for the world. In my last BBC interview, she tried to spin it and say that what I'm doing is somehow negative because I'm only doing it for myself. But this is the level of
yeah, but it's part of your image. Like, okay, if I sex traffic millions of women and then I give away millions of dollars, am I doing it for myself? Probably.
These people operate under.
Probably.
People would look at that and say, okay, so before you got money from attracting people to your website by making controversial comments, but that might have got you into trouble. And so now you're looking for a new market. You're looking for a new market of followers who are attracted by a different sort of persona.
I've always done the charity work, so that is obviously incorrect. And I have proof I've always done the charity work, so you're wrong.
Tate Pledge is funded
You could have done the charity work before you had money.
100% by me. This is my personal money. But I believe if the legacy media is intent on spreading hate.
Where does his personal money come from? Well, all those Bitcoins he stacked before Bitcoin went to the fucking moon, right? He was collecting Bitcoins, $100 worth of Bitcoins suddenly turns into fucking $6,000 worth of Bitcoins or $20,000 worth of Bitcoins. That's a big gain.
Intent on spreading extremist ideologies, which it seems they are. Not only the extremist ideology that men shouldn't work hard, but also a bunch of other ones, which I don't need to mention because most thinking people understand what the legacy.
Yeah, I think he comes off kind of like a douche, like not something. I guess I can sort of see why, like, maybe angry young men may like look up to him, sort of, but like every time I've ever seen him, I'm like, man, fuck this guy. Like instantly, as soon as he starts talking, I'm like, fuck, I'm not gonna like this guy. He's fuck this guy.
Media is trying to report on not only the population but the young children of the world, and what they are trying to push is far more damage.
Yeah, we know what Mariah's thinking about. Wood, you ought to see the last text message. You want me to pull up the text message she sent me?
Than me saying you should go to the gym. Therefore, I no longer have any interest in interacting with the legacy media for free because I don't want their extremist views shown to you.
She's been a dirty girl.
For the world. My fee from this point onwards is $50,000 and a box of chocolates. That is what it is going to cost you to speak to me. If you are from the Matrix, you will give me $50,000 in advance, which will be donated to Tate Pledge, which will be used to feed children in war-torn countries. And you will also bring a box of chocolates to my gate, which I will ingest as I listen to your Matrix propaganda and destroy you. Because I deserve chocolates if I have to put up with you.
Which I will ingest.
I am an extremely successful man, and my time is valuable. And you're wasting mine, yours, and everybody else's. So if you're going to come along with your extremist ideas...
He might have got that from the McKay collection. We need to check Scott's website.
I would at least sleep better at night if you were feeding some poor innocent children somewhere in the world. But you have no interest in doing any...
He actually had Baby Gap come out with his own line. It's called McCabe's. Baby shirts for full-grown men.
Good for the earth.
Some of them have button snaps that go under your crotch, but some of them don't.
You're only interested in spreading hate, unlike me, who wants to do good things. So, post my BBC interview, I've been contacted by the New York Times, CNN, the Clinton News Network, all of them. And they're all desperate to interview me because they understand the number of views it will get. I want to try now. I want to try now. And they all want to try a different version of the same aha moment. Not
You will give me $50,000 and a box of chocolates, which I will ingest.
Standing because they're completely detached from reality. That it's not an aha moment and nobody cares. They're not interested. They're not smart enough to look at the board of the chessboard and say, this isn't going to work. Let's ask them questions people actually care about. They're not that smart. So if you want to waste your time and mine, that's what it's going to cost you. $50,000. I managed to procure meals at around...
Romania seems to be pretty corrupt. It's hard to say. He must be facing charges. He was arrested with an initial amount of evidence. They went to collect more evidence. I don't know what they found. Obviously not as much as they hoped for. They wouldn't have released him, but he might still be facing charges. I don't know that he's been cleared on anything. I know he's been released from holding, but he might still be facing charges. I'm not sure.
80 cents each.
And that's if he can't. So all the countries that he recruited these girls from, even if he just recruited one girl from here and one girl, those countries could come after him.
So we'll feed over 60,000 children for wasting an hour of my time, plus a box of chocolates. That is my fee.
Yeah, I think he's a lot like Phil.
I will still speak.
So I think there's a couple different types of people in the world. There are people who would do anything for a certain amount of money, and then there's other people who wouldn't. There's some things that people wouldn't do for money. I still think everybody has a number on most things, but there's some things like trafficking women that I think most people be like, I don't know if I could do that, bro.
To non-matrix media outlets who are interested in the truth, interested in asking interesting questions that people want to hear the answers to, I will still be available to do my own podcast and tell the truth. But as long as legacy media retain their reputation as peddlers of extremist ideology, I no longer have any interest in promoting them and making them relevant. It's better we allow them to become irrelevant, which they are doing through their own dishonest actions. I will no longer interact with any of you for free ever again. So, to the 64 journalists who have emailed me so far since the BBC interview, do you have $50,000 in a box of chocolates? Because I'm not interested in speaking to you for any other reason. I actually think I'm being quite kind only charging 50 grand. I should charge 200 grand, but I'm a nice man. And $50,000 will still feed a lot of children. I promise any legacy media outlet that pays me the fee can have an interview. And I also promise to provide full accounting and receipts to prove that that money goes directly to charity to feeding children in war-torn countries. But I will no longer allow the matrix propaganda machine to infect the minds of innocent children by using my relevance to achieve interviews and get views they would never normally get to spread hateful propaganda. If you can't afford me, you're going to have to go back to just lying about me without speaking to me. Because God knows the truth, I know the truth, most of the world knows the truth.
Don't appeal to God, dude. I hate this.
And I genuinely...
The crazy thing he says, God has nothing to do. Like, they all appeal to God. Phil does it, and Andrew Tate, everybody appeals. God knows the truth, and they've said some of the most heinous shit.
Believe that Allah is the best of planners, and whatever happens to me, regardless of whether I am martyred, regardless of whether they put a bullet in my brain, I know what
He's probably terrible and bad. Well, the 3 times you imagined it since you've been talking about his peg, so how was he?
I have done is good for the world, and the things I will do will continue to be good for the world. Get your checkbooks out, or don't email me at all, because there will be no compromise. I don't care what you try and do and say to goad me into an interview. You can lie about me all you want, so that's what you do already. I'm not afraid of your lies. It's going to cost 50 grand plus a box of chocolates.
Resubscribed for 11 months. Another month and another £10.
Uh-oh. Another month, another £10. Thank you very much. I appreciate the Maelstrom. I appreciate the resubscription. Mariah, are you still undulating from last night, or is that over now? So that was the Andrew Tate thing. I don't know. I can't see how people are still defending him. Like, let's do this. Let's do this. Hold on. Mouraanth, I think. Amaranth's husband phone call. Have you guys heard this? This is the one I was talking about earlier. What? What do you mean, William? I learned an interesting tidbit, little fact about Mariah the other day that we just noticed, okay? This is her on the phone with her husband.
Because I'm going to let you say what you think you heard. But then I'm going to say what I thought I said. But you cannot interrupt mine because I'm not going to interrupt you.
What are you saying? What the fuck did you just say to me?
You want me to say it again?
Yes.
Will you leave? Because then I'll say it 10 times.
Yeah.
I told you. Then just pack up.
What are you saying to me?
Because are you even listening?
You just said something really fucking mean.
Oh yeah, I did. Because you didn't, and did you even listen to what I said? What was the condition?
I don't remember.
Exactly, see? I said I'm gonna let you say what you think you heard. Then, when you're done, I'm gonna say what I said.
We gotta get an air conditioner.
And you're not gonna interrupt
The
me.
camper.
You
No,
just.
let's stop right there. No, stop!
Why did you say you were gonna kill dogs?
You're literally doing the thing that you did this morning, which is you're interrupting what I'm explaining to you.
No, tell me. That's not acceptable.
Said he was gonna kill her dog.
I'm telling you right now. You're interrupting me telling you.
Why did you say you were gonna kill my dogs?
Leave the house.
Okay, I can leave the. You know what? Actually, I don't. I shouldn't leave the house because my dogs are here.
We'll take the dogs and leave. I'm telling you. You're asking the question. I'm telling you.
I found it in charge the whole fucking time, damn it.
Literally.
What are you saying? You just told me you were gonna kill dogs if I didn't do a 24-hour stream.
Gonna kill her dog if she didn't do a 24-hour stream.
Nope, did not say that. Now you're just fucking being a liar.
I'm not.
I said I'm going to tell you what I said in terms of the earlier. Because you're still saying that I... Oh my god, dude. You said... Why are you pausing? You didn't ask a question. You said a statement. Did you say that?
No. I tried to tell you what I heard.
You did not say that? Are you saying you did not say that?
I tried to tell you what I heard from you. And then you called me a liar.
Then you tell me, what did you say?
I don't even know what you're saying anymore.
Bro, here's what happened. I'm gonna start from the beginning. I asked you why, if there's a reason, because you insinuated that. Why would we only do threesomes with guys? I think we should do them with guys.
Threesomes.
Oh my god!
I don't want to do.
See this right here is why I said that. You weren't even listening, which is my point. If you're not listening well enough, then you're literally... Now you see why. I didn't say if you don't shit 24 hours, I'm gonna kill your dogs.
No,
listen! I said, I'm gonna say a thing, you're gonna say a thing.
I mean, I don't think there's no way to possibly know if she's fake crying or not, but that's not the first thing I would go to with the shit he's saying to her.
I bet you're not gonna hear mine at all. And to prove the point, I said something terrible. To prove that when something is very, very important to you.
So to prove the point, he said something terrible like "I'll kill your fucking dogs," but that was just to prove a point. You didn't really mean it.
You literally don't hear anything else. That was the whole point. And now that you're trying to play the victim, I'm pissed even more because you're now lying. You didn't even hear what I said. That's the point. I said it very clearly, but you didn't hear it. Why? Because something more terrible distracted you.
I don't think you're here.
No. I don't even know that she recorded it intentionally, but he has no idea he's being recorded.
What you say?
No, I did. I said it on purpose. I said it to show you how easily distracted you are. There was no condition.
That's what I'm screaming, Mariah. God damn. Take a little nap in there, couldn't we?
You're lying. You're literally lying to me. I said this. Stop. I said, you're going to tell me what you said? Then I'm going to tell you what I said. And if you lie or interrupt my part, I'm going to kill your dogs. That's exactly what I said.
Yeah, it's cool as long as you go with me, Rob. We've discussed this before. As long as you're there as well. That's the cool part.
And I said that because I knew when I say that, instantly you forget what you said and what I said. Both.
Why do you have to say you're gonna kill my dog? What does that help anything?
Because, stop. Zoom out. Because you weren't understanding my point, which is
Why did you say you were going to kill my dog? That wasn't helping anything. Well, stop, because you weren't hearing my point.
This. When there's something that emotionally triggers you, you actually don't remember anything else.
When there's something that emotionally triggers you, you don't. Jesus Christ.
And that's my whole point. You were emotionally triggered. You weren't actually listening to me. But then you try to come back and use that as a my fault for not saying it. But I did say it. You just don't remember. Here's the crazy part. I have already forgiven you for not remembering. But then you came at me and said, no, you didn't say it. You're being crazy. That's what you did. Listen, it's okay to be emotionally frail. It's okay. It would be even better if you just accepted and admitted it instead of being so defensive about it. But what is not okay is to be emotionally frail and then blame it on the person who's not.
What? What are you even talking about? You brought up the dogs out of nowhere.
Exactly.
So what point is it improving?
See? You're proving my point right now.
What? I'm asking you to... I don't even understand what you're saying to me.
I know. That's my point. My point is, are you listening or not? If you're not, then get the fuck out.
I'm literally listening, but you're not making any sense.
Well, no, you're not listening because it makes perfect sense. I'm gonna say it one more time. If you don't get it, I need you to get the fuck out. My point was this. If something triggers you emotionally, you will not remember anything else except that. And then you said, you're being crazy. You didn't ask a question. You said a statement. That's what you said. And that's what got me mad. Why? It's one thing to say I didn't hear your question. That's fine. But you were essentially at that juncture saying I'm crazy and have voices in my head.
I never said those words. I said...
Stop! Insinuating. See, that's why I have to be real careful with the words. That is what that means. Even if you didn't mean to, that's what it means. If you go, you didn't even ask a question and you're waiting for an answer, bro, stop. That is insinuating someone is crazy. And if you don't know that, well, great. But then you got to be much more careful about your words, as you're telling me I should be. I just proved the point. No. It triggers me when you insinuate that about me, just like it triggers you when I say certain keywords.
I did not.
Oh my God, why are you doing it even now?
Because I didn't say you were crazy. I just let you know that you didn't.
I didn't say you said I was. I said you insinuated. Okay, stop. Do you know what that word means or no? Are you just fucking fighting a battle when you don't even know what that word means? What does insinuate mean?
Like imply?
Absolutely. Okay, I'm ready to burn this empire down quickly. I have the tweet drafted. I'm just gonna send it now.
What are you sending?
The false fucking swatting of your husband. And then having your fucking assistant do it too.
You literally tried to take my phone. I got scared because you got physical and I called.
Yeah, but I'm tweeting it now, so good.
But so you're lying on my Twitter. That's gonna look real good.
Sure, whatever.
He's got access to all of her stuff. So he's on her Twitter account posting about her.
I don't care, I'm tweeting it.
As if it's her.
I'm Amran's assistant, or I'm Amran's husband, and she is swatting me and calling the cops and calling it a false abuse claim.
I didn't say you abused me. I called the cops because you literally were on top of me trying to take my phones from me. You're literally just lying to my Twitter.
Yeah, I don't care. I built Twitter.
You used my body to build this empire.
So this had been building up over a couple days, and they had issues. The cops had been called, like she's talking about, over the phone. Blah blah blah. This had been building up over a couple days, and then towards the end of one of her streams, she was talking to her viewers about it and how upset she is about it or whatever. And then he ends up calling, and she ends up deciding to take it on stream. But she was talking already about how, like, he's supposed to be getting help, but he controls everything, and he controls all my accounts, and he decides my schedule and blah, blah, blah. And it just kept getting progressively, like it started out like they were just having a fight. Then it kept getting progressively worse. But she had always told people at his own advice that she was single and that she wasn't married. She didn't have anybody because, you know, people that like this type of content don't want to think about them being married or whatever. So when this all come out, it started out like, oh, well, she's got a husband. Oh, well, they had a fight. Oh, well, and then it just kept getting progressively worse and worse and worse and worse. Yeah, this is an old fight.
Get your OnlyFans banned too.
But it goes in with like the Andrew Tate thing. It's almost like he's abusive, but he was also like pimping her out.
I can literally just ask her.
Yeah, so do I. And guess what? I never said
You don't know her. You don't even talk to her. I'm the one who calls her.
My body is in the content, and I never signed a waiver.
Your body is not in the content.
Really?
Your hands? Ooh, lots of people's hands are.
I'm gonna sue you for every
She looks a lot like Burt Lynch, the musician.
fucking dime.
You lit the whole thing, all those concepts.
Brad Barton's buddy, Burt Lynch. I can see the resemblance a little bit. Yeah, it kind of looks like him. I mean, a little bit. I could see it. Same nose. It was on Twitch.
Literally your idea. You can't like act like you didn't.
I didn't sign a waiver. I didn't sign a waiver.
You don't need to sign the waiver if it was your idea.
Okay, let's see how that holds up legally.
What?
I'm gonna spend tonight disassembling this entire fucking empire.
I'm going to spend tonight disassembling your entire fucking empire. So he's basically like, if I can't have it, nobody can have it kind of deal.
What the fuck are you saying?
I'm saying what I'm saying. Stop acting like you... Oh, shit. I almost accidentally fucking hit it because of this fucking car that almost came. What are you doing?
Just fucking tweet it if you're gonna tweet it.
Really?
Yeah, go for it.
You don't think I will?
No, I don't think you will because you know that you're lying.
What the fuck does that matter? It'll only make me continue to lie and tear down your entire fucking image.
Same legend.
You said I can tweet it, right?
Yeah, go for it.
Alright, no taking this back.
Okay.
I'm just gonna fucking do it personal too.
Okay. Let's go ahead and lie. Whatever.
So she made well over 20 million last year. Like well over 20 million.
Care. If we're going to war, why the fuck do I care? You just lied to me. And shut the fuck up. I'm gonna fucking tweet this shit.
I didn't lie to you at all.
1.5 million per month OnlyFans, over $100,000 a month per Twitch, $85,000 a year from gas stations and investments she has. Quite a bit of money. This is back in, when did she do this? Back in early 2023.
Oh.
I'm gonna make it worse than fucking you call me a liar. Fucking I'll make it worse.
By what?
You don't even know. Fuck you.
What are you even talking about, man?
You said I could tweet it, so I'm fucking tweet it now, but I'm gonna write some more shit.
Because I can't stop you. You have my logins to all my accounts.
We don't get along. We should not be together.
We got along fine until you decided to make money the main priority.
I didn't say a thing. I said it's okay for you to not hear. It's not okay for you to tell me what I didn't say, especially if the context is literally I was waiting for a response. You were just calling me crazy then.
I didn't say you were crazy.
No. Dude, I'm gonna give you one last chance. I'm gonna irrevocably fucking destroy everything. I can tell you something that shatters you forever, and I'll start tweeting about it too.
But what? Why would you want to do that? I don't understand.
Because you are literally telling me I did not say something that I literally said.
That's okay to let me.
You're just right here. I'm gonna tell you right now, dude.
this is all over. He's so upset because she's claiming that he didn't say something and he's claiming that he did say it. That's the big issue we're at here. The impasse.
You're about to lose your entire fucking life in terms of everything that's been built because you're too obstinate to just merely accept that you didn't hear a thing. I'm already very forgiving about that.
Because
you want to go forward, you want to go aggressive, and you want to say, no, I didn't mishear. I did not hear. You didn't say it. That's what you want to fight.
Somebody said she did a live stream. I guess they're separated now. She did a live stream with a first date with some guy she went out with, I guess.
I feel like I have to be honest that I shouldn't have to act like I'm always wrong. Just
And a little more cushion for the. Have you got a long enough pin to even get through that cushion there, bullshiffer? You just hoping to graze it.
You don't seem bad.
Let me ask you this. Are you acting like you're wrong, or is it possible that you're wrong?
It's not because I was literally listening to you. I'm just letting you know you didn't finish saying what you thought. I do that sometimes where I feel like I said something. Or I thought I said something.
I don't do that. But here's the thing. You definitely, it's okay. You're right. You'd be right if I didn't pause and wait for like a minute.
You didn't wait for a minute. You waited for like 10 seconds, and I was just thought you were letting the message sink in, and then you like answer me. I'm like, you didn't ask a question. Like you said a statement, and I repeated the statement.
That is insanity. If you think that of me, then we should not be together, and we should not work together.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you right now. If you think that, I don't want us to be together.
Okay.
So you think that?
Okay.
As long as he gets the flea market hot dog in the crusty old flea market bread.
I agree.
Which is why I'm about to tear it down with this sweet.
Just because we're incompatible doesn't mean you have to try to destroy my life.
I do.
Why?
Zero.
Sometimes I get tired. I just swap out with a Pringles can where I don't even know the difference.
Because
I'll be eating a sandwich, finishing off the Pringles.
You didn't build it for some.
You can't use it too long. The cardboard breaks down.
Put in
but
hours.
it lasts for a while.
All of my work, I learned at the photo shoots. I've done the work too. It's not like I'm just fucking.
Oh, now you're claiming credit for it.
What do you mean I'm claiming credit for it? I've literally been the one stream.
That's how we met. Mariah pulled my pants down one time and says, "God damn!" I said, "Yep. Once you pop, you can't stop," and that was it. She laid her like a brick wall. The bitch been there forever.
For all these years and doing the photo shoots. Like, what the fuck do you mean claiming credit?
I like the subs coming in.
Wow, you did it this time. You ruined us. Really? I'm the one that ruined us. You literally told me you were going to kill my dogs, and you expect me not to snap after you say you're going to ruin everything, you asshole? What do you mean, why? Did you guys just talk about this bullshit? What do you mean, why? If you're going to fucking try to stab me in the back on my social media platforms, it deserves to be out there that you're the one fucking lying.
So this is when she exposed everything.
And being an asshole to me. What the fuck?
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Good. I don't care. I've been dealing with you being an asshole to me for years and just disappearing from stream for 12 hours at a time. A lot of times I'm like, why you got? I have to make up bullshit because you don't want to tell people about the fact that you fucking asshole to me for so long. You just take me away from my stream and start arguing at me for 12 hours at a time. They told me we're gonna go 24, we're gonna go 48. Like, yeah, you fucking asshole. Like, I deal with so much shit from you. I have so many offers from better people in my DMs who would actually treat me better.
He didn't leave her.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's like you don't even care? Like, the one person who fucking hates Amber is the one she decided to be with, and I made the most terrible decision of my life, and now you just, like, fucking want to ruin it?
Why did you swap me?
Dude, you're fucking full of shit! Oh my fucking god. Literally got physical with me.
Getting pruny, huh?
trying to take my phones away because he was gonna destroy my PC when I recorded it. Now he's just trying to say bullshit because he knows he fucked up. He just admitted he was lying. Fucking asshole. Fucking tired of this shit. Answer your phone call now? The fuck? Now that you know that I'm alive, yeah, you're doing it and you're like, oh fuck. If you're gonna fucking be this way, no, I'm not gonna answer your phone call now. The fuck? Now that you know that I'm streaming it and you're like, oh fuck.
Now that you know I'm streaming, that's when he found out. So this goes on. She talks a little bit more, but then someone steps in off camera and asks her a question or something, and she ends it. Then no one heard from her for a while, but she goes through the text messages too. Let's see.
Fuck off. Screenshots from where it's
how the fuck long is that car ride? Stream lag so bad. This is fail. Massive fail. The fuck you do if the fuck you doing? Get the fuck off if they're
in the car. He makes me change his name. Sherry's literally my mom's name, but it's like, fuck off. He's like, how the fuck long is that car ride? Stream lag so bad. This is fail. Massive fail. A fail. The fuck are you doing? Get the fuck out there. And you know, I mean, the camera.
Next time when I say a plan, do it, you dumb fuck. Do you understand?
We're in the house now. It's like the next time when I say plan, do it. Dumb fuck, do you understand? Like what plan are you talking about? It's like, fuck this, I'm calling you. So I disappeared from stream. Take the call. So I can't tell them I can't talk right now. We're getting Wi-Fi. I don't care. You get the call now. Last chance. About to dump your luggage. You know, from my hotel room.
So I'm throwing your stupid merch off the balcony.
Throwing your stupid merch off the balcony. Proceeding to ditch your stuff. You don't need the makeup or the live view, like the stream epic, or the clothes, huh? Deleting social media in 1 minute.
So he used to hold her account hostages and say, I'm going to delete your Twitter, I'm going to delete your Twitch, I'm going to delete your stuff. That's the way that he got attention
options that
back from her.
expire and blasting the cash. About to shut down.
Buying options that expire and blasting the cash. So draining her bank accounts.
Bank account, your bank account too. Lag is terrible. Stream is garbage. It's like, about to delete.
$34,000 gone. Going to donate $250K to Palomacy in the next 2 minutes. $250K gone. I will donate $500K in 3 minutes. This is also, she calls him or answers. He's donating hundreds of thousands of dollars just to get him to just to get her to answer the phone.
Twitter in 30 seconds. If you don't call me, your phone's literally off, right? I'm just like, it literally died. Gonna donate $250,000 to Palomacy. It's like a bird sanctuary he likes. In the next 2 minutes, $250K gone. We'll donate $500K in 3 minutes. If no call,
this is crazy.
Minute, I'll absolutely pick your car and go to a meatpacking house, and that's what made me lose it.
You cannot do a down payment for the Cali house now. $750K gone, another $250K in 5 minutes, $1 million.
I do a down payment for a California house, another $250K in 5 minutes. About the tweet about you swatting me. The thing he said he was lying about, admitted it. In 10 minutes, you never talk to my nephews again. Tweeting and
the maximum allowable contribution is $99999. So he tried to donate more than $1 million.
2 minutes, 1 minute gone. Tweeting in 1 minute.
Let me reduce it by $1.
I went back to my hotel and my stuff that was literally like unpacked.
Don't worry, I unpacked
Just
you.
make it fucking done.
Throwing her shit out or whatever. So then she disappeared for a while, and a lot of her fans are worried about her, but they got a hold of her or whatever. But yeah, I think she's done now. The problem is, like, I guess this goes kind of back to the title. A lot of the people that you think you're following, that you support, that you think are being truthful with, they're fucking snakes, man. They do crazy things. They do anything for clicks. Other people are forcing them to do things or trying to use them. People have tried to fucking use me. People have tried to exploit me. People have tried to convince me that they're here for my best interest, only to fucking use that to gather information and do this. It's weird because I'm like, to me, I'm like such a low level. Why would anybody fucking use me to? But when they're lower, when they claim they have like fucking, 20,000 subscribers, but they have 2 live viewers on their live stream, they still got something to gain from me. It's not like I'm their ultimate goal. I'm a stepping stone to where they can get to somebody better, to where they can get to somebody bigger, to where they can get somebody to somebody else. But it happens, I guess. All right, guys, that's it for the night. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us. I appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm in and out of the hospital, going around doing my thing. I'll be back and forth. Oh no, I'll watch that in a second, Mark. We'll show it on the next show. I don't know what it is, but it looks good. Christina, oh my God. Hold on. Let's see what this is.
Person on here, she's not the scammer, Disney lover. Hold up.
Yeah, she's over here too.
Yeah, just hold up. She's not the bullier.
You want me on block, Christina?
Yeah, get her in the goddamn chat room right now.
All right.
Get her in.
It says Scotty is on his way to Tennessee. He and Rosie are trying to get Christina arrested for harassment and slander.
I'm unblocking all the hoes on the
I want you to go off too. Hey, block the motherfuckers on your side too. I'll be on. I have a phone number. It don't matter.
I get her on the chat.
Scotty can come in. I'm going to all that. My uncle's a detective, so I don't care.
My uncle's a detective. I don't care. I'm going to get her arrested. We're getting internet people arrested.
They make too many.
Shut the fuck up. People are so goddamn dumb.
Let them screen record all they want. Tell that thing to come in here.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. This bitch has had it.
The blocker.
The other day he screamed at her, I hope you get gonorrhea in hell. I hope you get so much gonorrhea that all your weas are gone.
Done.
I am. Get Christina in here right fucking now. Right fucking now.
Get her in here. Why now? Why now? Where's Christina?
Christina XOXO. Get her in here right fucking now.
What does that even mean? How can they force somebody into your live stream?
She done had it. How many people you got in there, Cheyenne?
Nobody. Nobody. Who's over there on your side?
I got 40 people.
40?
Yeah, 40. Nah, Mark, tell us.
What are you doing?
Who, me?
Cheyenne.
Oh. No, Mark. No, Mark. She has to come here.
You tell that little squatty bitch. I think she's getting arrested.
Yeah, motherfucker. Making a fake account, Cheyenne? What the fuck? I will fucking put her in jail. Myself, me, Cheyenne, and Rosie. Nah, that bitch has lost her goddamn mind.
Made a fake account. Oh, thank you, man.
Nah, Mark. She needs to come right here in my live, or I'm not going to go to her live. She comes here.
Wozy!
Not safe for you to come to her live.
No.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Wozy! There was just something to make you laugh a little bit, Waddle.
Yeah, no. She's going to come here. This bitch.
Cheyenne's crying.
So they're claiming Christina made a fake Cheyenne account.
Who's recording this?
Cheyenne's crying. Oh, they
tell her she has to stop playing right fucking now. Right fucking now. I'm going to give her a goddamn earful.
Did he just say, I pity the fool?
You hear him, Mark?
Why fucking now?
She's not faking. I see some sadness.
They got fake profiles of me.
Scotty, you come on to my address, because we're all going to go to the detectives. You come on right now. I'll give you my address. We're going to split a stop this goddamn shit.
The whole time we thought he was driving, he's just sitting in his car so his dad doesn't yell at him. So they're like, come on to my address, Scotty. We're going to the detectives. What now? We're going to shut down Christina. All right, I got to pee first and tell my dad bye.
Don't get off mine. Get off mine.
Yeah, screw the Power Ranger convention. This thing's taking over that.
Oh, yeah, he's supposed to be going to Atlanta for the Power Ranger convention.
This fucking takes president over.
Now he's going to Wozy's house.
No motherfucking calming down. Well, shit.
Get out of here, Disney.
Get that bitch in here right fucking now.
Go on and get on out of the chat. There ain't nobody over here but you. Before they bully you.
Who, me?
No, Disney lover. I don't want them going after her. She'll be next.
Yeah, because I'm going ahead and just go north to Tennessee.
Oh, God, don't tell my address.
No, I'm going to Nashville, Tennessee. Because that's where I'm going to go. I have friends. That place that can handle her goddamn ass.
He has Nashville friends.
Hi, Scotty. What's
Nashville friends that'll handle her gonorrhea.
Christina's real name?
Christina.
Scotty is absolutely not a gentle giant. He's not even a giant. Like, I thought he would be gigantic. He's like 5'3" or something.
Huh?
I really don't know.
480.
I'll find out.
Yeah. But Rosie?
Did he just piss in the parking lot?
Texas, wait, Scotty. Texas Slam 82. If you are Christina, she's going to jail for harassment, plus for a lot more slander and everything else. You just tell her what I said. And happy night to you.
Yeah, I'm on my way too, Rosie, right now. I'm about to be on my way.
They mad because apparently Christina made a fake account of Wosie's daughter.
We're on the green screen, and I'm headed.
Wait, I'm blocking all these bastards.
This is Tyler's. Tyler.
I'm headed to you, Wosie.
Hold on, Scotty, I gotta give you my address. Why wouldn't I?
Why did he look up Harry Groner? Why did he look up Harry Guono? Howie Guono.
Hold on, I'm gonna block a lot. Then I can show him the block list.
Please don't give this man your address. You're taking your life in your own hands. Cheyenne quit crying pretty fast. Yeah.
I think I have fast feet because I'm putting a pedal to the metal.
Wait, don't drop right now.
No, I'm too pissed off. I'm not gonna have a wreck. I'm not gonna have a wreck, baby.
How do I get up your followers?
I'm not gonna have a wreck, baby. But when I get there, I'm a wreck at pussy.
Block them. Some of them. I know the ones that screen recording.
Okay, if you're on live.
Scotty, pull over for a minute and then I will call you.
All right, I'm pulled over.
Pull over and calm down, and I will call you in 1 minute because I've got to call Uncle right quick.
All right.
Just pull over.
I'm a wreck at Will Pussy.
But you just said Christina she fucked with the wrong bitch. I gotta go.
Yeah, you fucked with the wrong man. Max is pissed off now.
Okay, block her.
You tell Christina she fucked with the wrong bitch. Scotty is the wrong bitch.
Back, I'll be back.
Gonna we a whore.
Bye bye.
All right, guys. Scotty's on the case. Thank you for joining us. I'm actually going to kill YouTube. Thank you for joining us over on YouTube. I appreciate it. I'm going to kill that because I'm going to play some copyright music when we leave here. There's just a song that popped in my head, but everywhere else is fine. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. We'll see you about the next one. Have a good night. I'll post the replay. I'll be back tomorrow. Updates with my dad. Got to get a Patreon show in. On the 8th, we have the fundraiser. Don't forget about that. That's just a couple days from now. And thank you, guys. Everybody.